Know if I am audible, please. Am I audible? Dear friends, let me know if I am audible. I don't think anyone is hearing me anymore. All right. I think that will be bringing us to the end of this program because of the network glitches that Mazi Austin is passing through. He has made a wonderful analysis concerning today's program. And in absence of everything, I want to remind Biafrans and viewers all over the world, the international communities, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, who was kidnapped from Kenya since 2021 and has been illegally incarcerated in DSS Gulag. Despite the court rulings, different court rulings, the court ruling in Aba and Omaha, the Federal High Court, Abuja, even the International Court of Justice has given the ruling that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is discharged and acquitted, that Nigerian government and her secret state police, the DSS, should apologize to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and also pay him damages. He should be compensated for the damages of lives and property that occurred in his home country of Afaruku Ibek when the security team invaded his home country. Until now, federal government is still holding him incarcerated. I think we just take this one more call. Let's just take this one more call and we conclude. Hello. Hello, caller on the line.
Good evening from my side.
Good evening.
Nelson, calling from Ghana. Hope you're still online.
Go ahead. But why I do not want to entertain more questions is because Chika Austin is having some technical network glitches and he's the one that's doing justice to the questions. That's why I would not want to entertain more questions. But you can go ahead if it is a contribution that you may want to make.
It's not a question I want to ask, it's a contribution.
You can go ahead. You can go ahead.
Okay, I heard Mazi Austin saying that IPOB, that we are not state actors. So I was like, is it that you don't know the activities of IPOB or what? Because as IPOB and what we represent and what we are doing more like a state actors. Because I've checked what is the state actors doing, what is their work and what are they doing, and what is the state actors, what does it mean? And they said that the state actor is a government who hold power, negotiates identities, and navigate moral dilemmas within works and culture. They shape policies, enforce laws, and represent states' interests in various capacities, which is what I'm saying that IPOB is representing Biafrans in different capacities. IPOB hold power, they negotiate identities because of with them. They also do a lot of negotiation, a lot of peace talk among Biafrans and among other people who are trying to bring problem to Biafrans. And so that is what IPOB represents, and this is who IPOB are. So saying that IPOB is not a state actor is I'm a little bit confused and then let's say disappointed, no. But he should try to check more about this work of state actors, and then he should come back and then say that IPOB are state actors. So we should not be speaking with Nigerian government in their language, trying to demonize IPOB or trying to belittle IPOB in their work and what they are representing. And then as for what is going on in our land, and then you guys talked about regional government in Nigeria, whether it will affect Biafra freedom or not. Whether there is regional government or not, Biafra is going. The regional government in Nigeria will never ever stop the quest for Biafra restoration. It will never ever stop the actualization of Biafra, because that is our main objective. The people that they killed because of Biafra quest, their death will never be in vain. We must be free. Nigeria is not our country, and we don't have anything to do with Nigeria. We have been existing before Nigeria creation, and then we must exist as a free people, and Nigeria can go on their way. That is all I have to say on that, and keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi Nelson. But on what Mazi Austin was trying to explain, he was trying to explain that on a broader context, in the sense that Biafra is not yet a state, in quotes. We are still pursuing the course. The leadership is still making the diplomatic moves to engage international diplomats. So he is trying to be economical with words, not that he's trying to demean IPOB, not at all. So that is what he means by non-state actors. I understand him very, very well. That has to do with a broader context. Thank you so much. So on this note, we are non-state actors. I understand him very, very well. That has to do with a broader context. Thank you so much. So on this note, we are
of battleships headed right for Cuba, right off of Florida's coast.
Russian warships are on their way to Cuba this morning. That happened back in the 1960s, the Cuban Missile Crisis. It was just a little thing. Comes days after a warning from Vladimir Putin that Russia could provide weapons to actors that would
being rearranged right now, right before our eyes, and Washington, D.C. is desperately trying to hold on to power. Something very big is about to happen, and we better be paying attention to it. And there are like 5 huge news developments that we need to cover today, which have massive implications for Western powers. And I'm going to show you something also that's very, very strange that NATO just did, which no mainstream media are covering right now, and it's very concerning. But first, let's start with something that's coming to the Western Hemisphere. On Friday, Russian President Putin started sending a massive armada of battleships headed right for Cuba, right off of Florida's coast.
Russian warships are on their way to Cuba this morning. That happened back in the 1960s, the Cuban Missile Crisis. It was just a little thing. It comes days after a warning from Vladimir Putin that Russia could provide weapons to actors that would then attack Western targets over those countries' support of Ukraine.
Early this coming week, if you're standing in Key West, Florida, using your binoculars, you will likely see something that looks like this. Yes, Russian warships performing massive military training exercises, docking in Havana Harbor, right in our backyard. How the hell did this happen? Incompetence, failure on the part of America's leadership is how it happened. That we are sitting now on the brink of another Cuban Missile Crisis. Yeah, nuclear-powered Russian submarines, destroyers with cruise missiles that can easily attack American cities, and warships that make our Navy ships seem old just by modern standards. Just look at this map.
This is Havana, where the Russian fleet will be docking. And this is Miami, the closest American city. The air distance between Havana and Miami is barely 366 kilometers. Zircon, like we told you, can travel up to 1,000 kilometers, meaning it can strike as far as South Carolina.
You probably haven't seen this on the news in the United States at all because they don't want you to know about it. Just like commenter Denise says right here, what's so crazy here in the United States? None of this is in the news. Yes, Denise, exactly, Denise, because they are hiding it. Wait until you see what else they're hiding from you. I'm going to show you. This week, President Biden flew to Normandy to honor our D-Day veterans and basically plagiarized Ronald Reagan's D-Day speech from the same location at Pointe du Hoc. While he was there, he reiterated his love of Ukraine and told Zelensky that don't worry, more U.S. weapons and money are on the way so they can continue to attack Russia inside of Russia with U.S. weapons. But what no one is telling you is that targets NATO has been selecting to hit inside of Mother Russia. Journalist Brandon Smith uncovered something stunning, and very, very fishy, by the way, which should lead us to believe that NATO is planning for something very big with Russia. NATO struck 2 different radar stations in Russia. So what, you say? Who cares? But these aren't just any radar sites. As Brandon Smith writes, Russia's over-the-horizon radar systems have a detection range of at least 6,000 miles. The real range is classified and scans specifically for high-altitude ballistic missiles. They are not designed to detect lower-flying medium-range cruise missiles or ATACMS and drones, meaning the 2 stations destroyed by Ukrainian weapons are meant to act as an early warning system for nuclear attack. Very strange. But it gets even stranger. These NATO targets weren't even being used against Ukraine, meaning, 1, they're used to warn against nuclear attacks, which Ukraine doesn't have nuclear weapons, and 2, these are fixed position radars. They don't move. And when they were attacked, they were positioned so they were scanning the southern section of Russia and the south, not scanning Ukraine at all. Here you can see the way they face on this map. Again, they serve no strategic purpose in Ukraine. Unless, of course, it's not about Ukraine at all. And when you understand that, then you start to understand what's about to happen. They are preparing for an all-out war. That's what they're doing. And sources have been saying get ready for terror attacks inside the United States. Yes, terror attacks inside the United States. Now, you remember a few weeks ago, the CIA coordinated and carried out a massive attack inside of Moscow, inside of a Moscow theater. You attacked their civilians inside Moscow, so Russia is ready to return the favor to you at the CIA, and it's going to happen. The FBI director, Chris Wray, told us this week a massive terror attack is coming very soon to the United States, and he said it's going to be very similar to the Moscow theater attack.
But now, increasingly concerning, is the potential for a coordinated attack here in the homeland, akin to the ISIS-K attack we saw at the Russia concert hall just a couple weeks ago.
I wonder why he knows that. The West is getting desperate to hold on to power, and it needs an enemy, even if Russia isn't an enemy at all. But they're about to be. This week, for the very first time, Putin labeled the United States an enemy state, an enemy of the country. This is unprecedented. So they've labeled the United States an enemy now, officially. Nowhere is this desperation by the West more apparent than with the US dollar right now. Now, if you have your money in US dollars, God help you. It's under assault. And of course, it's declining faster than President Biden's mental health. That's why Americans are buying up gold. They're buying up Bitcoin as fast as they can. And so are institutions, and so are central banks, by the way. Congressman Thomas Mazi was just on Tucker's show this weekend. It was eye-opening. And he was especially pointing out how the United States dollar as a reserve currency is collapsing.
At some point, they're going to quit using our dollars as reserve currency. I mean, I watched your interview with Putin, and one of the things, whether you hate him or not, one of the things he said that is true is when we sanctioned him, before we sanctioned Russia, 70% of their transactions were in US dollars. And after the sanctions, it's less than 20% of their transactions are in US dollars. So what we're doing with all these sanctions, ironically, we're shooting ourselves in the foot every time we sanction a country and say you can't use our currency to have a transaction. We're taking away our ability to charge them 3% for that transaction, because when we print 3% more dollars, we're just taking that money.
And we're also sending a really clear signal, which is the dollar's not safe for you.
Right.
It's the reserve currency because it's a safe haven, because it's a stable country. It's the most stable country in the world, and we're not going to weaponize the dollar because that would be shooting ourselves. But suddenly we are.
China, Russia, and countless other countries are turning away from the United States dollar to settle transactions. Over the past week, we've seen the sharpest decline ever in cross-border payments being settled by United States dollars. And it gets worse. President Biden and Democrats are getting so desperate, in fact, that they're now trying to go after crypto, your digital assets. Last week, President Biden vetoed a bill that Americans in Wall Street wanted. It would have allowed U.S. banks to hold crypto assets and custodian them, just like they do with stocks. But nope. Anti-freedom Biden vetoed the bill. They don't want you to hold these types of currencies because it's a threat to them. And President Trump made his position very clear this week.
I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
So the differences right now could not be starker. So that's the news update part of today's video. Now I have to tell you, even though Biden is doing everything possible to try and stop the progress of the fourth industrial revolution, especially when it comes to blockchain and the technology behind it, your ability to make financial transactions that'll help free humanity, help people gain control of their own financial assets and freedom, and stop this government madness, blowing up the dollar, going further into debt and higher inflation. I've actually found a company whose shareholders are absolutely making a killing right now. This company is up 150% in the first 6 months of this year alone.
Camera phone. We are live. Let's go.
right now, right before.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra London. We are here live and direct. Today is the 10th day of June 2024. Today is Monday, being Obochinkwo. Therefore, for you to understand that we are live and direct. That is why I'm giving the description of today, for you to know. Today is the 10th day of June. Obochiri no one ke ishi now for 2024. Therefore, I welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers onto this hallowed platform. This is a platform that was established by our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is in the enemy dungeon, who is illegally kidnapped, renditioned from Kenya down to Nigeria. He's a British national, for your information. And on that travel to Kenya, he was holding his British passport. But despite all this, he was being kidnapped, renditioned, a British national, down to Nigeria. An international crime. Britain playing the paper tiger, that they can't do nothing. Now, all of a sudden, they can't do nothing. But they are ready to attack Russia, a superpower. But they cannot do anything in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Isn't it absurd? Because they believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not fighting or is doing everything to restore Biafra, which they see, see to be for them. The restoration of Biafra is against their interests. Because they don't want another, an African country to rise up. An African country that can manufacture something, that can do something, like the West. They say they don't want to see another Japan in Africa. That Japan is giving them problem by producing, exporting, competing with them. Competition. So you understand, as I have been saying, the world order being established by the West. They don't want any competition. They don't want any competition. They want to be dictating for the whole world. They want their enemy to be your enemy. That is it. That is why they left Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the hands of our enemies. Remember, they said no, they are, according to British Embassy once, they said no, they are engaged in giving consular help, consular aid to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now they no more have power. But when defending Omar Odiko, who is not even a British national, but a criminal, who looted money from Nigeria in 1982 or 83, who looted Nigerian billions of dollars and took to Britain. When this man was, when the then head of state, who was also Buhari, tried to rendition him from England. They protected him, a criminal, and sent people to jail, and had diplomatic role. They severed diplomatic ties with Nigeria because of, trying to rendition a criminal from England. They defended him. That is how Britain behaves. They don't care about any other thing. What matters is their interest. But the big mistake they are making is this: the restoration of Biafra will even uphold more what the Western interests. For your, let me say it. This issue of slave master and slave relationship, which the world order established, is very wrong. They want us to, Africans, to be perpetual slaves. Are you hearing me? Impoverishing us. But little did they know that if Biafra is restored and, you know, our nation will be developed, people will have the high purchasing power even to buy their goods more, to travel and spend money in different Western countries. That is one thing they don't take into context. Japan today is developed, but Japanese, they have Japanese tourists visiting America, France, England, name it, spending their money there. Are you hearing me? If they are doing business with Japan, they are doing business on equal footing. Win-win situation. But Britain don't want it. They want, as they continue drilling our oil, they continue siphoning free, completely free of charge. No, there is no meter in the drilling ground. No meter, no meter. If they take 7 million barrels a day, if Shell and all of them, Texaco, all of them, if they take out 7 million barrels in a day, they will declare that they took 1.5 or 1.8 million. And the other ones is they don't have no meter, no control. That is what they want. That's miserability. And remember, the way they are drilling that oil in Biafra land is the worst in any part of this planet Earth. Remember that our region is the worst polluted region in this world. When they say Niger Delta, they are using words to confuse you. Remember, officially, Imo State is part of Niger Delta. Abia State is part of Niger Delta. But many people don't know this. When they talk about Niger Delta, you think that your brain will only go to Bayelsa, Iguacha, Delta. No. Imo State is part of Niger Delta. Abia State is also part of Niger Delta. Do you know that? Do you know that? But ignorant people will be calling Niger Delta as if it's what they destroy in our brain is too much. Our region is the worst polluted region on earth. Even when ISIS took over, Islamic State in Syria and Iraq, when they took over some oil fields in Syria, they don't engage in this type of inhuman drilling method that destroys the environment. It only happens in Biafra land, courtesy of Britain. There is no injustice, can never continue forever. They promoted individualism so that people will never be coordinated. They made sure that they bring up people, encourage people to be individualistic. They pop up people that fight only for their interests, so that there will be no cohesion to fight a common cause. You see Asari Dokomo fighting for resource control. He ended up getting his own Tompolo, they call them warlords. They ended up now, the whole people that died shamefully fighting for their so-called resource control. They ended up getting their little rewards as their own resource. They made them guards of the pipeline. No, stop fighting now. We make you guards. You guide our pipe. Just few of you. No, we make you wealthy. Stop this your fight. And they took it. They took the bet. Today, when you see them, they feel like they are gods in their own domain. They made them feel so. It's a way of treating, pacifying primitive people. It's a way of pacifying them. As they are fighting for collective interest, they corner them and make them wealthy individually. The aggressor makes them wealthy individually. Say, this thing you are fighting, we strike a deal. And that deal, it has nothing to do with the collective interest of what they are fighting for. Now, only their personal interest, and they take it. Only primitive people can do that. Look at once you see them Tompolo, you see them in their, they build palaces, become chief, chief this and that, high king. They make them feel larger than life, and their handlers are laughing. Do you see how they corner Ndishuji? Do you see how they corner them? That's why Che Guevara, when he tried to, when he came to Africa, because as a freedom fighter, anywhere people are being in bondage, yearning for freedom, you have to listen and go and help them. He came to Africa and started, helping Africans in Angola to liberate themselves. But he found out something, that black people are different. They have very primitive character. What is that primitive character? They fight for their own stomach. They will be saying, yeah, we are all fighting together. We want freedom. But once they are hungry, they forget about freedom. They start looking for their stomach, which is dangerous, because they become tools in the hands of our enemies. They are easy to be converted to become tools in the hands of the evil colonizers. So this man ran away from Africa. He said, Che Guevara ran away from Africa. He said, I never see the type of people with this type of mentality before. You get freedom. Everything will be at your disposal. Once you have freedom, genuine freedom. But no, once they are hungry, no way. Now you are talking of freedom. Na beg nyegona yego inekugodo nke freedom. Have you talked to any of your siblings at home? Some of them in a preach the cause of the problem we are having, the cause of our suffering. I say, one na because send the kennel ego because I go to 100,000. Send the room come in. What you are talking, they don't even. It doesn't matter to them. What matters to them is that food. I require tomorrow. You send them the money. They will finish it. The following day they continue disturbing you, and you tell them no. Let us join together. Look at their problem. And say na ke na kogodo ako. Nka ga for future because hapo gonna nka na gonna jigene mother is a problem. I am telling you, it's a problem. I used to say this. When people compare the mentality of Europeans and Africa, or seeing the way the Europeans behave now, why Africans are not behaving like this? Is it? I say no. Sometimes you misunderstand. It is the behavior of the Europeans is a product of centuries upon centuries of mental sanitization. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you know that if, for example, an European country is having the same problem, light, electricity problem, let us say that it is something that can that happen, and the Europeans are not having light, electricity like in Nigeria, and they are sentenced to buying generators. Let me just put it like that. Do you know that if you come a community, they will gather together instead of each person buying, I pass my neighbor, this one because he has little money, buy bigger lister, this one buy this one. Everywhere there is noise. You know what they will do? They will gather together. They have the ability of the Europeans to, gather together, to organize themselves together. That is a high form of civilization. What I'm telling you, I'm giving you the facts. A people that are inorganizable, they are primitive people. A people that lack organization, that like the way they put us, Ndibo. That is why I say, I'm saying it here on Radio Biafra. If you want, when the line opens, you can challenge me. I'll be happy to debate with you. That we are still primitive. Once we are inorganizable, our inability to be organized is only Nnamdi Kanu IPAB that is trying to doing everything to sanitize us, put us into civilization by organizing us as one family. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. How you know civilized, one of the qualities of civilized people is the ability to organize themselves. Under the organizability, that is part of advanced civilization. But when you cannot organize, you talk to this one, you say, now go on Asram Moto. No, go on, now you bring me out here. Now I sabi make money. What do you want to make me, that you sabi pass me? These are characters of uncivilized, primitive people. Are you hearing me? This inability of organization. If our people are, civilized, that's civilization has gone in our people's head. Let me tell you, even in Nigeria in general. Let me not say, even in townships, as long as there is cuts, no electricity, people will gather. Say, oh boy, instead of us to be buying this, let us contribute money according to how rich you are. We contribute money. Now we buy either build one heavy solar panel that we take the whole of the community or the whole of the streets. And the meters will be given out. You see, they will organize people that will be in control. They will organize people that will be treasurers, people that will be in charge of finance. And everything will be going on correctly. Now, instead of each person buying each household or each room, buying generator, disturbing and polluting, they will organize themselves, buy one big, either build one power station in their street, or in their village, or in their community, collectively, and make organization be checking how much you'll be paying according to the meter. Before you know, it becomes like that. They will be having light 24/7. People that are using more apparatus in their houses will be paying more. People that are using less will be paying less for maintenance, for everything. This is about organization. Are you hearing me? But it can never happen. Why? One person will say, now, you people, I have money to run my diesel, to run my engine 24/7. So what am I? You people are poor, beg, go and that primitive character in the brain will make him seclude himself. The other one will say the same thing. Nah, I beg, I know what I want to do my own thing. so that anything I want, that selfishness is part of primitive character. It's part of primitivity. Extreme selfishness. Individualism is part of selfishness. Are you hearing me? So, before I continue, let me read this news. IPOB press release of today, being the 10th of June 2024. Southeast governors should cancel all power contracts with EEDC, IPOB. The global family and movement of the indigenous people of Biafra, ably led by the great and indefatigable leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, calls on the governors in the southeast to cancel all power contracts with Enugu Electricity Distribution Company, EEDC, for being an impediment to the development of the region. EEDC has proven to be incapable of providing reliable, adequate, and affordable electricity to support economic stimulation and growth of the Southeast. The company is just extorting money from the people of the Southeast without providing reliable electricity. The Southeast governors should leverage the electricity deregulation policy of Tinubu's government and engage other local or foreign electricity generation and distribution companies to take the place of the incompetent company called EEDC. The current electricity deregulation policy of the federal government of Nigeria has given powers to the state government to generate and distribute power to their states. Therefore, Southeast governors must not subjugate the eastern region to darkness in order to please the insatiably greedy company called EEDC and its owner. Electricity is a catalyst for economic development and growth, which indeed must not be denied at a time like this. Southeast governors have no excuse for not providing reliable and efficient electricity in their states. The time of giving excuses with the monopoly of NEPA, PHCN, or EEDC is over. Now, the federal government electricity deregulation has given them the power to hire and fire electricity company in their states. Eastern region governors can come together and partner with a reputable power company that can provide states steady and affordable electricity for the entire region. The governors must ensure that there is adequate electricity in the region without further delay. Our attention has been drawn to the unconfirmed letter written to the southeastern governors, universities, institutions, companies, and communities by EEDC to these people and groups mentioned above to come and pay what they did not consume. And failure to do so, EEDC will shut off their lights. We urge EEDC to jettison such idea because we don't want to use force on them. And if they want to test the power IPOB possesses, we will let them test the venom. If they venture to cut any lights in the southeast this time around, we will react because we have endured enough. The citizens of the southeast are charged to deal with anyone seen as EEDC representatives anywhere in our land who tries to shut off people's lights. They must be lynched and they must call any IPOB office close to you with the information. EEDC is a big disappointment to the people of the southeastern region. They are not showing any sign of repentance or improvement in the electricity distribution, and they fail to provide prepared meters across the southeastern region. Their extortion and incompetency should not be endured any longer. IPOB wants the governors not to allow EEDC to use another company to come back and deceive them and try to take another contract because EEDC has failed and cannot handle the electricity distribution in the southeastern region. Period. IPOB wants the governors to take responsibility for providing steady light in the southeastern region. The development and progress of the southeast is dependent on these conditions. They should stop every unnecessary excuses. IPOB and Ndibo in general have lost confidence in EEDC. Our people must be prepared to chase EEDC out of the region. IPOB is not backing down on plans of rejecting the rogue company called EEDC from the region. The southeastern governors must wake up and demonstrate their willingness to drive economic development of the East via the provision of steady and affordable electricity by cancelling all power deals with incompetent and extortionists and extortionists. Enugu Electricity Distribution Company EEDC. Comrade Emma Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary for the indigenous people of Biafra. We must continue. As I was saying, okay. As I was saying, I will go into just a few news headlines, if I may, and I will still be talking on this series of living the colonial legacy. That is what I am treating. Therefore, there is this news headline. ISWAP terror group holds public meeting with Borno residents to recruit new members. Stresses plan to separate Islamic country. Do you hear it? This is not the first time. ISIS, that is, these terrorists, Islamic terrorists, they are openly holding town hall meetings in different parts of the north. Let me read a bit. Militants belonging to the Islamic State-backed faction of Boko Haram, Islamic State of West Africa Province, ISWAP, formerly known as Jamaat al-As-Sunnah, lead Dawa wa al-Jihad, have organized Dawat in some villages in Borno. Sahara Reporters has gathered. Dawat is the act of inviting or calling people to embrace Islam. These are terrorists that are killing Nigerian military. They are functioning, operating on the open, in villages, in the streets, and you are telling me that we need to stay together? Is that what you're telling me? That we need to stay together in this? Look at what happened in Aba and even in Olo till today. What is happening in Olo even? Because we will not sideline it. They are the Ebubago of Hope Uzodimma, Dave Omahe, and all of them. They are still on the rampage, killing our people, our youths. Do you know that the youths of any country is their engine block? Are you hearing me? If there is any problem that needs war, it is the youths that fight it. If it is a revolution, it is youths that will come out. Anything that happens is the youths. But in our land, it is the youths that are being the highest recipients of marginalization is the youths. You see the old men and women taking over, but the youths, they marginalize them. Only when the things are wrong, now they call them out. In our land, in Olo, in Township Stadium, in Olo, that is the place they are holding our people, have killing many of them, harvesting their organs. If you go to visit or you are looking for somebody, they will tie your eye. They will tie your eye with clothes so that you don't see anybody. in Allah. It's happening. It's taking place as I'm talking. You see this idiot that call himself Cubana chief priest. I will come to that later even. But you see that that boy, because I don't know his age. It doesn't matter how old, whether he's a 60 or 70, he's a boy. When you look at him, you know he's a boy in mentality. He's a boy. These are the type of people Britain wants. BBC will go. Let me tell you, BBC has their highest listeners and viewers in Africa. And British government, United Kingdom government is funding them, BBC. They have their, even in the UK, people don't know about BBC. In many other parts of the world, people don't know. Or in Africa mostly, is where people watch and listen to BBC. And the government is funding them. Remember, he who has control of your psyche, he takes charge over you. BBC continue. This is the type of people they will go to promote. Idiots. Do you hear what the boy said? Talking rubbish. That our land is no peace. But you ask him, he is one of the people that are the lieutenants of Hope Uzodimma. How can you impose a political leader to a people in a democracy? Now it's no more about voting, it's about after voting. Now you go to the Nigerian court. They use the court to impose anyone they want. I'll come to that later. But now ISIS is acting in the open, recruiting people. Let me continue reading a bit. In pictures released by ISWAP, sect members were seen publicly engaging with residents of the states around the Lake Chad. The images may be part of the sect's effort to counter statements by the Nigerian military that the Islamist insurgents were on a steady retreat. It is lie. Who are the Nigerian military? Supporting them. The people they are using as Kurunfo, junior officers that are bearing the brunt that they are using, killing them. They don't know anything. The people on top in the military echelon, they are working together with Asorok, and they are working with ISIS, with Islamic terrorists. Are you hearing me? Everybody knows that. You know, I used to say it during the the genocidal war. It took almost 3 years for Nigeria to defeat Biafra, but we are now on the 20-something year of Boko Haram and all this, but they are waxing stronger. They are controlling places, villages, communities, even parts of cities in the north. They are not sending Nigerian military. Is from time to time they gather certain people in the military. They gather them, Igbos and some Yorubas and some Middle Belters, and send them to be slaughtered. This is politics. Do you see? This is the Nigeria you want us to be together, where ISIS are operating openly. Now, when IPOB, every talk is about IPOB, ESN, kill them, destroy them. Don't you see that there is something terribly wrong? I want Nigerians to think, stop being dummies. Think, reason. Even there is a report. Amnesty International report reveals how Nigerian military authorities reunited girls who escaped from terrorists with repentant Boko Haram husbands to continue abuses. Amnesty International report. Nigerian military will take all the girls that have escaped. Remember, they were abducted by Boko Haram and all these terrorists in the north. Now, when they escape, Nigerian government will hold them as, oh, they are rehabilitating them. Now they will go and meet their terrorist husband. Say, come and say you have surrendered to Nigerian military because your wife is with us. So you take back your wife, and that is what they do. They will come and say, oh, the other day they say 170 repentant Boko Haram surrendered to Nigerian military. All this I hear around. I don't know what spell they are holding Nigerians with. I don't know. The Fulani is holding Nigeria with spells I cannot understand. I don't know. A tribe that is not up to 2% of the population is in charge of more than 98%. Have you ever been thinking about it? Hausas are crying, Fulani, we will kick you people out of our land. You people are doing, you conquered us. Hausas are crying against Fulani. Kanuri crying against Fulani. The whole indigenous tribes in Nigeria, indigenous people, they are crying against Fulani. Now, gather around, gather, organize yourself, join IPAB. Let us fight these people. This one, Igbo. Instead, the Igbo man go dominate. Let Fulani be killing, and they are killing. They are conquering. Are you hearing me? It's very, very absurd. It's very, very absurd. When I look at the lives of Nigerians, I am telling you, I cannot understand. Otherwise, how can you look at even the Gowon? Gowon is not a Fulani. He is not even a Muslim, but he was being used. And today his people are paying, they are paying through their nose for what they did. Still, they are unrepentant. How do you pity this type of people? How do you? Anything, we are fighting to remove ourselves from this, not only ourselves, everybody, every indigenous people in that contraption. But the people you want to rescue, they will turn around and say, no, Igbo man, Igbo man. The hatred is so deep. It is so deep. ISWAP is operating openly in the north. They are collecting taxes from communities in the north. So Nigeria doesn't have government there. The Nigerian government doesn't have any authority in all those sites. But when you see this primitive Neanderthal, I don't know, that call himself a chief priest, Kibana, the Okaha, they make noise. Empty drums make the highest noise. Is this type of people that Britain will like to impose on us. Remember the other day I tell you that I talk about that the aggressors, they will never like to give us exactly what we want. As freedom fighters, you have to bear this in mind, so that you have to bear this in mind. Do you see this fight we are in? A time we come, they will try different ways to sideline IPOB. The people that started this fight, they will try everything to sideline IPOB. And now put people, they have tried it anyway, but the intensity will come. They will still come. They will try to give you the people they want, they want to be your heads. Do you remember when the renditioned our leader, when they newly renditioned him? When they are talking about Ekperima. Ekperima will be given a slot in Radio Biafra. BBC immediately promoted this man. Hey, is there? I said, na church abasa. BBC kwe. That a new person, a new leader that is more ferocious, brutal than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is here. Hey, the agents, they have come. They have put their people. It will come. They will bring people, impose people, try to sideline IPAB. That is how they behave. We know it. They will try to give you the type of freedom, but on their own terms. Your freedom, which is after they continue the same thing. It will come. That's why I used to say in this struggle, please kill sentiment. Because that time, any person that you see, BBC will promote, TNL, do you see the way they are promoting experiment? Even in Nigerian military. Hey, this one now, they pass also, hey, Finnish government should arrest this man now. You don't know that what they are doing is promoting, making you see that their agent, as if their fight is fighting them, that they have qualms with him. They want you to be boasting. Now you see, this is our Nigerian military. They are shouting now. That is because what we are fighting, to be in control of our people, to organize our people. It's not an easy task. You know why government? It's easier for government because one, governments have the money, the fund, the financial authority, and the agents, the government agents, the police, the military, the force, in order to do all these things. As easy as anything. Make law, force you to obey the law. Are you hearing? But in our own case, we are not yet a free country. So they try, if we organize people now, our enemies, Britain, we try to disorganize. We bring one thing or the other to disorganize. These are the people they are promoting. BBC run quickly, go and interview him because they already know that and when you see him, even his head, you know that just somebody that is the right hand man of Hope, and he's shouting of security. They want anybody. BBC, they promote any Igbo man that will come and start talking nonsense against the Igbos. They promote you. They promote your voice. They promote you because that is what they want. That is what they want. But you see this fight. This fight, it doesn't matter how long it takes. We are not budging. We are not moving anywhere until we reach our goal. They thought that if the rendition Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that everything is finished. Remember, Mazi Chinedu is our interim leader. Is a fact. In the temporal absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we have the DOS in charge, and Mazi Chinedu is the head of the Directorate of States of the indigenous people of Biafra. You need to deal with it. That is how things are. We should not give our enemies sentiment or that chance of seeing us that once the rendition our leader, we are all gone. We'll be crying, lamenting, and our enemies. They know there is one write-up. Somebody said, you should never show your enemies your weakness. Never. Otherwise, you will always lose. When you are strong, you just pretend to your enemies that you are weak. When you are weak, show yourself, pretend to the enemies that you are strong. Don't show your true color to your enemies. Be pretending. That is how politics works. So we must take note of all these things. Therefore, there is one clip I want to play. You have had it. You have been played on Radio Biafra by, I think, Mazi, Ike Peters. But I will replay it. So I will replay it and say something about it. But remember the ISWAP, they are working openly, recruiting people openly in Borno and other parts of the north. Nigerian military, they don't care. Is it not what they are fighting? The Fulani, they are the same thing. The Caliphate, the Sokoto Caliphate. They say, Ahmad Bello say that they are going to dip Quran in the ocean. Is it not what the ISIS are fighting? How do you think that they will go with that Asorok, that the Nigerian Caliphate will be doing a job of fighting Islamic terrorism? How? Just we are asked right from the beginning of Nigerian so-called flag independence. Ahmad Bello have said it, that his mission is to Islamize Nigeria, and these people, they are doing it. And you're expecting Nigerian military? You see those non-Fulani military officials in the Nigerian military that are going to say they are fighting Boko Haram, they are fighting ISIS. Being sent, you people are foolish. You are stupid. Because you don't understand history. You don't know history. Sheikh Gumi have come openly told you that, look, all these people are their warriors, are Fulani warriors. People that kidnap and kill Nigerian military, kill Nigerian police, kill innocent people, rape children, women and children. They say it is their warrior, that no person should touch them. And you still think that you should have confidence in your military hierarchy that is sending you to Borno? You are stupid. You are stupid. You know why I like the Arabs? If you are telling them, you are sending them to that mission that they know that you are, you are just lying to them. They will turn their gun against you. They don't care. They don't burn them. But you see Nigerians, black people, mostly, hey, they're not, instead, they where they are, they're complaining. Now, they are sending us to the Zampisa forest, no gun. The gun they give us is rusted, it's not even working. They continue complaining. They are not giving us food. Nigerian military, look at, why are you a military officer? You die shameful death. That is, they will humiliate you. You die. There are some Nigerian military officers that are dying slowly out of hunger. Where they have power is coming to southeast, killing innocent people. You have gone. You are a military man that is destined to die. Now you don't want to die dignified death. You don't want to turn that you are gone against that officers, all those officers. Not complaining like cripples. Now Nigerians see you, man, I see us. They are not. Look at the food they give us as military. Look at and we are the people fighting Boko Haram. You are an idiot. You are an idiot. You are an idiot. Where you have power is what you call bloody civilian. People that you should be worshipping. Civilians that are paying you. It's them that you have power on. But all those you are masters that you have gone. You can turn it on them. You will not. You complain. And after you die, they will send you to Borno. They will send you to Sokoto, and the bandits, they will kill you. Fulani terrorists, they will kill you. They will give you information, and all of you will be killed. Is it not time for you to take decision? Is it not high time for you to take decision? You are fighting. They are using you for nothing. Once you die, if you have wife, your wives and children, they are forgotten. Are you hearing me? They are forgotten. When you know this, why can't all of you say, okay, all death na death? Anytime you see that general visit you or that your officer, you turn against him. After you exchange your fire. You have gone, they have gone. Before they kill you, kill them. Even if they kill you, don't ask for all. You are going to die. You're a soldier. Instead of complaining. You see how they are dealing with us in Nigeria, my country. Now, wow, how can I serve a country like this? Look at the food they are giving us. Nothing. And they are sending us to the front without adequate supply. You are an idiot. You are a simple idiot. That's why Africa, nothing, no red line, nothing. No, people the people don't act, only talk. With small money, you become bots. Are you gonna get? Now I want you to listen, please, as we continue talking about the colonial legacy, living the colonial legacy. Listen, please, listen. I want you to listen to this interview by one man that is circulating a bill in order to bring national discourse. I understand what the man is doing, and rightly so. National discussion, which Nigerians, they are not interested, but they know how to shout, they know how to complain. Do no way. After all, they are looking for miracle. They have programmed them that everything will come by miracle. Listen, please.
The regional system of government. We're talking about government that is and boost economic development to the country. But opponents fear it will or could lead to the marginalization of certain parts of certain regions. The scrapping of Nigeria's 36 states and the adoption of regionalism. Now, proponents of this argue that such a move, would streamline governance, reduce costs, and boost economic development to the country. But opponents fear it will or could lead to the marginalization of certain parts or certain regions of the country, and even concentration of power. When we talk about the regional system of government, we're talking about government that is where regions or each region of the country is allowed to control its resources found in its domain, rely on those resources, and it only has to pay a royalty or tax to the central government. Now, Nigeria's House of Representatives had to come out to its own a trending draft bill that proposes a return to the regional system of government in Nigeria. The document titled A Bill for an Act to Substitute the Annexure to Decree 24 of 1999 with a new governance model for the Federal Republic of Nigeria seeks to establish a new legal framework to be cited as the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, New Governance Model for Nigeria Act 2024. Now, the draft is authored by Dr. Aki Fapohunda, who is neither a senator nor a member of Nigeria's House of Representatives, and he, as we now know, is a private citizen, so therefore this is a private initiative. But initially, some Nigerians felt it was a move by the presidency, by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Indeed, the president got a lot of praise for that. People said, "Oh, if the president can do this, we'll forgive him for the national anthem and we'll just allow the national anthem." But we later discovered that it was after the House of Reps came out to disown the bill. It was Ms. Dr. Aki Fapohunda who authored it. Now, House spokesman Akin Rotimi dismissed the bill. This is what he said, quote, "The committees on Rules and Business and Constitution Review have confirmed that there is no such bill before them." Well, the rest they say is history. Let's introduce our guest tonight. Now, he is Dr. Akin Fapohunda. He is from Ilesha in Osun State. And of course, he is a former director of the Federal civil service or federal public service, where he has worked in a variety of institutions, the last of which was at the presidency as director, Space Sciences Office, from which he voluntarily retired in December 2000. He has since then participated in several professional undertakings as educational and information technology consultant to institutional and corporate bodies across the country. He is also of the House of Afenifere, the foremost organization of Yorubas, a member of the Voice of Reason and the Oduduwa Society. Dr. Faponda, good evening to you. Thank you for your time tonight.
Good evening to you. Good evening to viewers.
All right. What inspired you to propose such a bill and put it out there in the public domain?
Well, I've been on this since 2017 under the auspices of the Voice of Reason. We actually drafted a complete alternative to 1999 Constitution, which I also acted upon. Since then, I've been doing research, I've been doing studies on how Nigeria can change. And so it's not just an aberration, it's not just a fluke. I've been on it for quite a while. Now the time is ripe for us to change. So I just put some documents together for discussion, for the public to be informed about what is possible. It happens to be now that President Tinubu is on the throne, and we just have to bring ideas forward in the public space. Nothing about conspiracy, nothing about underhand the table at all.
Did you foresee this document that you put out in the public domain going viral as it has now, with everybody talking about it, almost everyone on social media?
Well, you see, when an idea's time has come, there is a vacuum in the polity of Nigeria. Nigerians are willing and they are wanting, they're desirous of change. My idea just resonated with all Nigerians because no one is satisfied with the order that we have now. So I'm not surprised at all that the time for this change has come, and we have to just hold on to it and make something out of it.
This man said, no Nigerian is satisfied with the order that we have now. That is the Nigeria order we have now. And now, people, let me say, majority of the people are not satisfied. Now you ask yourself, why is the system continuing? Why is the people not bringing it down? You see that there is something that they are using, that is tribalism. Britain played it, and since that 1966 they termed Igbo coup, as if it is Igbos that gather as a people and say, okay, we elect you, you Zogo, you Ifajina, or yeah, you people should make coup for us. Britain brought, Britain has many questions to answer. Forget about any other thing. Why did they start this tribalism? Naming it Igbo coup on BBC. They first to announce it, which means it's something that they are pre-planned. For them, for Nigeria to be their Nigeria, the way they put Nigeria, the way they want Nigeria, the way they created Nigeria, they want Nigeria to be. That is why they activated tribalism. They named this Igbo coup, and it is stuck. Oh yeah, all of a sudden, before that time, before that coup, Igbos we are in charge of police. Igbos we are in charge of military. Igbos we are in charge of, everything, every facet of life in Nigeria. So why is it that before that time they didn't say, Igbos in charge? Now, let us, instead, they planned a coup and did something terrible. Britain. And they say it's Igbo coup. That is what started the chains of reaction till the war, until today. Britain has many questions to answer Biafrans. I am telling you. And do you know that Britain, since after the war, anywhere, anytime the war of genocide against Biafrans were raised in the United Nations, Britain will use her veto power in order to strike it down, so that no person should discuss about it. Have it occurred to you why has Biafran genocide never discussed? It is Britain that is doing it. They are fighting, that is why you see all these Igbo people even working in BBC Igbo. They should bury their eyes in shames. You see them that now you are working, now work with the work. There are some works you cannot work. There are some works out of dignity you shouldn't go there. If they don't see any person to work in Igbo BBC, they will close it. That's it. Do you see, it is still pointing to the fact that our people, black people in general, they honor their stomach more than any other thing, more than their dignity. Do you see that? Do you know that during the time of Mahatma Gandhi, when India was still fighting for independence, do you know one of the last things that broke British bones in India? Do you know what? Mahatma Gandhi, because he did every of his things peacefully. Even British slaughtering them, he didn't tell them not to retaliate. Peace, peace. And that is why Mahatma Gandhi was killed. Because after independence in 1948, they had independence in 1947. 1 year after their independence, one had a call Hindu. He said, look, if we continue following the path of peace, Hindu with Mahatma Gandhi, yes, he have saved us from Britain, but his philosophy has a leg. If we continue this peace, everything peace, you don't go, no. He said, we Hindus, we will no more. India will no more have this Hindu coloration. That they will be a very weak race. Do you see how people reason? Do you see it? Their argument, that sense of nationhood becomes more than their sentiments. The man said that the man during his court trial, because he was caught during his court trial, he said that no, I didn't hate Mahatma Gandhi. He's my leader. I didn't hate him. I didn't kill him out of personal growth. No, he is a man I respect, and he is my mentor. But I did what I did for India to progress, not for the man to progress. He said the man have finished his job. Number one, the way he is leading them, everything is peace. He said, before you know it, Indians will now take this peace as to the level it becomes their mantra. So that even if you are being slapped, you turn and say, I'm a peaceful. Remember Mahatma Gandhi, you turn, they cut off your neck. He said, no, we will be obliterated. We have neighbors that are violent. We will become their slaves. We have Muslims that are our neighbors. We become their slaves. Say, that is why I kill him, to save India. He told the Indians, he said, look, today I know I'm devastated, my family, everything, my name, anything, because of sentiment, but tomorrow you will remember me. And I bet you today Indians are thanking him. They killed him, they sentenced him to death, yes. And they killed him the following year, I think 1949, by hanging. But he said, I know I'm dead, I'm devastated. People will hate me now. But later generations will thank me for what I did. Do you see sound judgment? Do you see what is sound judgment? And today they are thankful of him. because their man, Mahatma Gandhi was carrying them to the way that, if they follow it, they continue being slaves. They will be overrun. So something needs to happen. Nation building is not easy. Are you hearing me? Nation building is not easy. As I was saying, Mahatma Gandhi, the last stride that even made Britain to start negotiating with him for independence, he told the Indians, he said, look, we have been fighting for this struggle for freedom, for independence for many years. But every month, every day, you are still going to work. You are still secretaries to those that we are fighting. You are still their personal assistants. You are still their tax collectors. You are working in the revenue collection office. You are working in the government offices. And who controls the government offices? It's Britain. He said, why are we fighting? We say we want independence, but we are still working for our enemies. For what? He told them, if you really want independence, resign from your work. The driver, so everybody, as long as you are working for the government, resign. If you really want your freedom. And the following day, no Indian came to work. In every government quarters, in every government parastatal, maybe if they have 3,000 workers, only 2 or 3 will be British controlling them. They came to work, only them, in empty offices. Only British, 2 or 3 British people. Only them. They say, what is happening? The Indians heeded to the call of Mahatma Gandhi. Do you see civilized people? Civilization comes with discipline. Do it now in our land. The people, they say, now you go feed us. Now you go give us food. I beg, carry this here. I beg, make a job first. Now you go pay me. If I no work, how will I train my children? Look at ordinary sit at home in respect of our 30th May. All these idiots like Iwanya, they started bringing, they have WAEC. They will always see something in order to talk. They will always see excuses, but they kill us every day. Those, they will not talk. They kill us. They will not talk. But once we put a strategy that needs compliance from our people, they now remind them, you go hungry. Oh no, WAEC, you will fail WAEC. Do you see the difference? Indians, they heeded to the call of Mahatma Gandhi. None of them came to work. They don't care about not being paid. Britain have to be seen. Now, what is happening? More than come work, I say, I beg. We no pay us. We don't want your money. No pay us. We are no more working. The British citizens, we are completely stranded in India. Completely. Because nothing moves on. Nothing moves. And they have to call the queen or the king who was ruling them that time. Say, look, problem though. This one, they send urgent SOS to Buckingham Palace. They say there is problem. We are in India, but we are stranded. The police, no military, Indian military come. No police, Indian police come work. No driver, no personal assistant, no secretary. Even to calculate anything, nothing is moving on here. The thing made them. They know that, look, these people need independence. Let me tell you, for Britain to accord you or to start negotiating about freedom, they will understand, they will throw everything to us, and once we continue standing, they will understand that this thing is very, very important to these people. It's important for us. It's not when you go for any slightest thing, nah, yourself. Nah, beg, make I look for waiting near my children go chop first. Waiting. Nah, I go, now you stop. war for 3 years. Nah, they want to clear us. Nah, make we beg, stop this. They say, we know that it's not important. How can we, if it's important to them, they will continue. And they will get it. South Sudan, they fought for 39 years. I used to refer this for you to understand what freedom means to people, for people. What it means to people. Not you that is using it as a pastime, as a hobby. Just I got my beer, you understand? It's just pastime for you. It's something you are, it's not your main thing. Whenever you have time, it's only when you have time. Let me see. That Biafra self, Biafra no. How do you think that our enemies will see that it's important to you? How? Until we must saturate them with our truths. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it. We will be telling them morning, afternoon, and night. If they rise up, Britain rise up in the morning, they hear Biafra. In the lunch, during lunchtime, they are here. If they turn this side, they want to listen to news, they hear in Biafra. If they during dinner, they want to have their supper. They turn on somewhere, they see Biafra. Oh, nah, this is Biafra. We saturate them with Biafra. They have nowhere to run to. They go to toilet to hide, not to hear Biafra. Their toilet will be talking to them about Biafra. That is the time they say, nah, these people, these people, we either give them this thing, they are not going to stop. So this is how people that need something, that is how they fight. So for you that is thinking that is just part-time, it's part-time duty, na Biafra no self, ke oto chede. Ke ihe na-ekwu na Biafra na. Oh, some Igbo men o ta chekwu. Ndị Biafra, ahụ ga-akpọ onye Biafra. Jụọ ha man, ya kpọ onye Biafra, ga-ekpọ onye Fulani. Onye Fulani. That's the best way now. Anywhere somebody will see you, call you Biafra man, excluding himself. Onye Biafra, onye Fulani, that is because that is how they behave. That is how they do in the diaspora. You see you onye Biafra, Biafra no self. You say onye Fulani. Ono na che I got you classify him as a Fulani killer headsman. That's it. So what am I trying to say? This man is talking about structuring federalism in Nigeria. I want us to continue listening, please.
I'm sure your phone hasn't rested since for some days now. But let's look at this idea of regionalism. What benefits do you think regionalism will bring Nigeria?
First, please, let us not use words anyhow. What is a region? In geography, is a territorial space that has boundaries. That's a region. We could have Western region, Eastern region, Northeast region. In Australia, they use regions. In South Africa, they use regions. We can still say even states. The states we have now are regions of Nigeria. I'm talking about geography now. So the essence of what I'm trying to propose is that Nigeria has been balkanized into pieces because we had lots of money in the 70s. Even brothers who used to live in one house say, no, I want to live separately now because there is cheap oil money. So 36 regions were created. 774 sub-regions were created. That's the nomenclature. So we have 36 regions, we have 74 sub-regions. We can't maintain them anymore. There is no money to do such a thing. We need to aggregate the regions now into bigger spaces. That's the essence of what I'm trying to say. So it's always operated on regions all along. The whole world operates on regions.
Interesting. How the scrapping of the states, you've talked about it, but how the scrapping of the states as it currently exists, how will they address issues of marginalization and resource control? You will agree that marginalization is a big issue in Nigeria. Many people feel marginalized, even within geopolitical zones, they feel marginalized. So how will this scrapping of the 36 states in favor of a larger, fewer regions address such issues?
Marginalization is based on the fact that we have something to share, and you feel that your own share is too small, so you feel cheated. But you are sharing what doesn't belong to you. You are sharing what you didn't work for. So you can shout marginalization, oh, I need more revenue from Abuja. Supposing we flip it over. You produce and take care of yourself. Will you say you are marginalized in your own house? So it is the mentality of entitlement. We are all living on the crude oil from Niger Delta. We are all profligate. We are all irresponsible. We don't work. We want to eat. We are praying for miracles all the time.
Do you see what this man is trying to explain? If you think deep about it, that is, you will understand it much, much more. Nigeria is structured to reap where they did not sow. Are you hearing me? Do you know that the regionalism does not work if it does not augur well with the British? I continue saying it. Before 1966, regionalism, which we have, you have in the eastern region, that was developing, the index of development is double digit. First in history. Michael Okpara doing wonders. Because we are using what we have to develop our side. And paying, the center was weak. Paying taxes to the center. So, in that case, Britain is not well with Britain, because once we are in charge of our thing, we will manage our thing very well. And we will not allow Britain to get away with stealing. Without stealing our crude oil and gas. Without meter. So they saw the future. They say if we continue allowing even this regionalism, we will have that is Britain is talking, that we will have problem. Because by that time, once this system is mastered, we master it. We are no more going to relinquish it. You see? So it is part of the reason why they struck. They instigated military coup, and after use Ironsi to stop it, and use Ironsi to now decree unilateralism. Do you see how Britain? Because they know that once they concentrate power in Northern Barrack, in the center, now the regions will have nothing. They will no more have power to be controlling their thing. Power will belong to Abuja, and Britain will be dealing with Abuja directly, to the detriment of the regions. Do you see what happened? Do you see it? It's not to the interest of Britain for stealing, stealing capacity. Their looting capacity. It's not out to their interest. Because if the regions have the power to control their resources, we will do it well. We will never allow them to drill oil with devastating our environment, because it is we that will suffer it. So we are in charge. We will be in charge. The regions will be in charge. So they don't like it. They like order to be coming from the center. Whether it favors you, it don't favor you, the center. Now Britain will always find it, like Britain did in the north, Northern Protectorate. Indirect rule. That is what they are doing. That is what they made sure to put, the system they put in Nigeria. Forget about the Republic or Federation of Nigeria. That is nonsense. That is only on the paper. They saw that indirect rule is the best for them. They use the existing power in order to be administering their wishes to the population, whether they like it or not. That is what they use in the north. The northern emirs, they came and bowed down to Britain and said, please allow us, leave us, do not destroy this structure we are in, this structure we have created. Do not meet directly our people. We will serve you. Anything you want us to do, we do. But you use us, anything you want us, use us now, we tell the people. But do not destroy the structure. And the federal ruler, the thing looked good for him. He said it's the best. It's even what they want. Instead of fighting to create structures themselves, they use the structure no matter. They don't care about the lower people. They don't care about the masses because they don't have direct contact with them. The people that they are dealing with are their rulers. So anything, if their rulers want, let them use military, kill all the people. They don't care. They don't care. If it comes to even international court, the Britain will say, we are not ruling them. They will hold your people responsible. If it comes to international distance, they will be telling, as they are telling Nigeria, your people, do you see us? Are we in Nigeria ruling you? So this system is good for Britain, for the United Kingdom. Power concentrated in Abuja, and now they will be dealing directly with Abuja. They don't care any other person. They know that Abuja has everybody, is dealing with every other person in cage. Abuja has everybody in cage, so Britain deals with Abuja. They don't care. They don't talk to you other people. They don't talk to other masses. They don't care what happens to them. That is why if Nigeria can never have a revolution. That is why anytime the masses rise up, Britain, they don't care. They will give the Nigerian government will come and massacre people. Anytime there is protest, Nigerian government will massacre. Are you hearing me? Britain is at the back backing the Nigerian government because they are dealing with the Nigerian government direct with Abuja. So anything that happened, they even if the Nigerian government told their master Britain, say, look at what is it, the people are they not, they will, you know what they will tell them. They always tell them, I don't know how you do it, but make sure that these people, they don't rise up. I don't care how you do it. That is an order. And that is when they send military. They come and they will start shooting everybody, killing everybody. That is the messy situation we are in. Indirect rule by the British government is completely indirect rule. So it is very easier for the British to steal. It is very easier for the British for everything. They don't have to, care about what the people say, because who the people are seeing, the population, they are seeing Asorok. They are talking about their president, talking to their president. They don't see Britain, but Britain is the shadow, the unseen hand that is directing everything. Do you remember during the NSAS protest in 2020, when Katrina Liang, that time she was the British High Commissioner in Nigeria? Do you remember immediately she visited Tinubu? Tinubu. That time Tinubu was not the president. Immediately she visited Tinubu. The following day they roll out military and slaughtered people in Lekki Beach. It was that time they okayed everything. They okayed for him to be the president, that he will be the next president of Nigeria. If you can do this, because we cannot afford for these people to succeed. Go do it. We will support you internationally, diplomatically. We will protect you. That is what they are doing. That is the way they behave. You see that? The following day, they rolled out military and killed, massacred the people on Lekki Beach that we are only singing, chanting, waving Nigerian flag, thinking that Nigerian flag will save them. That is how they behave. And that is why why, the Fulani, they don't want anything about restructuring. They don't want it. And we are not talking about restructuring. We are talking about total separation. Because according to our leader, restructuring is too late. It should have been done 1967 in Abuja Court. If we allow restructuring, which means we just piece on the graves of millions of Biafrans that we are slaughtered. So let us continue listening.
So some people feel God marginalized them because they don't have money, they don't have car. But you are not sick, you have 2 hands, you have 2 legs. Why can't you walk? Why are you marginalized? By the time we change the polity to production, work and eat, you produce and then you eat what you have produced. Who is marginalizing you?
But within these substructures, within the structures we have now, for instance, if we say the states in the Southwest come together from what they call Southwestern state, hypothetically speaking, from Southwestern state, some states within that may feel that they are being marginalized, even within that substructure of a region called Southwestern state. Some may feel that also they still need to control their resources that others do not have.
Please repeat the question.
All right, so I'm talking about marginalization can also be looked at in terms of those states who will lose the power they have, to control their own resources, and they don't have to share their resources with other states. They will not be happy about that.
No. What we share in Nigeria is from Niger Delta. In fact, they are the ones that are marginalized because their terrain is so difficult. They cannot fish. The whole place is swampy. The money is taken from them. And you are building flyovers in Abuja. And you are building state government houses in all the states.
I want to say something here. When they talk about Niger Delta, I've said it right from the beginning. There is something, there is a way this world works. You are what you consume. Do you see this issue of Niger Delta, and they show you only photos of a swamp in Bayelsa or in Iguacha. They don't show you anything, even the swamp of Uguta. No. Now, our mentality of most Nigerians believe, once they talk Niger Delta, they say Bayelsa Delta. They don't know that officially Imo State, Abia State, they are parts of Niger Delta. Instead of calling it by the name of the region, that is, we are what we consume. Informations we consume. When you see a person, a man, his makeup is one, the food he consumes. Number one, the information he consumes, the way he's been brought up. That is, all these things are information he consumes. What he sees, what he experiences, that is what makes a man up. So, when you see every time when they talk about Niger Delta, your mind don't directly go, oh, Ijo. You don't know that in Imo State, in our Mama, in Uguta, they have oils there. In Obaru, in Anambra, different places in the hinterland. What they did is lateral drilling. Are you hearing me? Lateral drilling. They did it in Obaru. In Izombe, the same thing. You can never see where they have oil and gas, but you don't see lorries that I've asked this thing several times. You don't see lorries that are loading oil going out of Izombe to load. No. Highest you see maybe bunkeras, a few oil bunkeras only. But officially, the oil, the crude oil that is going out from that place, you don't see how it is being loaded. Don't you ask yourself why? How is it? They put, I think somebody have even shown videos of the pipes. They put the pipes down. Now take it to the nearest. If sometimes they make sure they leave the hinterland of Igbo hinterland, and they now take it to Iguacha, or part of Wari in the sea. There they will open it. There they will be loading. So that people there will now be saying it's our oil. They don't know that, you know, if Biafra comes, there are things that will be revealed. When people see it, some people will want to commit suicide. I am telling you. They will say, so this is what we have been suffering. This is what has been hidden from us. I say, if Biafra comes, there are many secrets. Since 1914, since the amalgamation of Nigeria, there are many secrets that if once is being released, that thing they don't want us to see, to know. Once it's being released, many people in the population, if care is not taken, they will even go and commit suicide. Say what? Or even they turn themselves into fireball in order to kill our enemies anywhere they are. Are you hearing me? Because the way they have structured our brains now is too bad. Which both people impose the Igbos, like Iwanya Wanko. Their stooges they impose on us. They impose them. Now they continue leading us to the wrong path. So when you hear about Niger Delta, it comprises, that is Biafra land. Do you hear me? Because there is oil in every part of Biafra land. There is crude oil. Gas, after all, gas is from the gas that is causing this problem in Niger. The pipeline is from hinterland, even from Izombe. That is where the gas comes from. The crude oil in, I think you had it. Once Mazi Chinedu said it. The one in Obaru and in some part of Anambra State, they laid the pipe down and started doing, where they open it is in Wari. And they didn't pay, they were not paying the royalties to Anambra. Obiano was fighting the issue, but privately. Instead of coming to tell the people of Anambra, say, look what is going on. No royalty, the 13% royalty, they are not paying also. He said, do you know what? They are paying even worry. Of our oil in Anambra. Do you see the injustice? All these things, if you are saying it, our people don't care. They don't care. They don't know that we are blind. We are blindfolded, moving around. Britain is seeing us as zombies. I am telling you. Because if we know some of the secrets that are in our land, Britain is using, we will not waste time. That we become more suicidal in fighting for our freedom. We become more suicidal. Do you hear what I'm saying? Let us continue listening.
Is Niger Delta people that should be marginalized? Because what God gave them, we are taking it from them, and they don't have anything to show. Overall, what I was saying is that let's change the system that will encourage production from all parts of Nigeria. We are all endowed.
What the man is saying is right, but it's no more possible. That states should no more stop sharing money in Abuja, because that is exactly what is happening right from time. They go to Abuja, they share money. You know, do you remember Amechi when he was minister of housing or what? His leaked clip, he said that Nigeria is helpless and hopeless. Have you forgotten? that Nigeria is helpless and hopeless. No person is working, only to go Abuja and share money. So you can't do nothing. You are just wasting your time. Nigeria is helpless and hopeless. Have you forgotten? I played that clip here for many days, if not weeks. Have you forgotten? So what this man is proposing is too late, because the Fulani, they will not allow it. They will not accept. Nigeria is going to sudden death, sudden destruction. Let me tell you why. Look at what the vice president said about that discussion of restructuring. Listen.
Elon Musk is talking about constricting the journey from London to New York to 31 minutes. But unfortunately, the topical issue in Nigeria is restructuring. Restructuring my foot.
Do you see the venom? And what if you is on social media, you watch the venom in his face. He said Elon Musk is making plans of talking about building air flights, aeroplanes that will fly from New York to England in 30 minutes. And in Nigeria, the discussion is restructuring. You say restructuring my foot. Listen again, please.
In Nigeria, is restructuring. Restructuring my foot. To hell with restructuring. Let's improve on the quality of governance.
He said to hell with restructuring. Do you see? But let me tell you, Fulani are the first people that started Araba. That is moving out of that enclave called Nigeria. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said something in one of his broadcasts. He said one of the main qualities of a leader is the ability of sound judgment. Sound judgment. That is why, like Americans, they are always worried. For example, this their present leader, Joe Biden. You ask them, they are worried about whether he can, in his old age, whether he's suffering from dementia, can he make a sound judgment? What is sound judgment? About not only for now, in the next 10 years, the actions, the policies you are trying to put, how is it going to affect our people in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, in the next 30 years, in the next 50 years? That is sound judgment. To make deductions. That is why, I used to say it. One of the main problems we used to have in Igbo, we as a people, leadership. People are on the helms of affairs. They don't used to have one sound judgment. They don't used to see the generality of things before taking the decisions. They take decisions based on their perspective, what they think, what I think, not what is obtainable. That is why, but IPAB is trying to change this narrative. I am telling you. That is why we have to try to make sure that we protect IPAB with the sanctity of our blood. No person should joke with IPAB for us. With IPAB with us. Do you hear what I'm saying? We have this problem of just check the whole episodes of leaders of Igbo extraction, political leaders. Check them. I'm not vilifying, but what I'm talking about is historical facts. Nnamdi Azikiwe, the first person, he committed catastrophic judgment. Mbono Jike was warning him. Now, these people, these English people, you trust them too much. That Mbono Jike said, the only Englishman I trust is the one that is no more breathing. The one under 6 feet. That is the one I trust. You know what Azikiwe told him? Don't worry. Nah, you safe. You don't know me. You don't know Zik of Africa. Zik of Harvard. Zik that do undo. We always is a sickness, is a weakness in us. This thing I'm saying, I observe it is weakness. We always judge things based on this our, how can I call it? Very narrow perspective. You see your world. Igbo man sees his world, the whole world as that 200 meters radius he's staying. That's it. That's why you see on social media, Igbo man once he get one or the other, he now thinks that the whole world is revolving around him. That thing is weakness. He will no more think more far ahead. Biafrans in general is like that. It's like that. Do you remember when this guy, Asari Dokubo? Do you remember when the first time Tinubu entered office? When he was elected, Asari Dokubo was invited. That time it was hot. He went to shake hand, visit Tinubu officially under this thing, under camera. Asari Dokubo now thought that he is above Nigeria as an institution. You see, I'm giving you an example of how our people behaves. He immediately went to the conference room. He leveled the whole allegation. He condemned the Nigerian, not one military personnel or two generals. No, he said Nigeria. He talked down on the Nigerian military all as an institution. Do you know why he did that? Because for him, it's finished. He has seen his friend is in power. So who is that person? Who is that institution? What is Nigerian military? What is Nigerian police? They are nothing to him now. That is the direct character of an average Biafran, Igbo man. When I talk of Igbo man, Joy is involved, Shekiri is involved with the same character. Are you hearing me? So, when he committed that atrocity, verbal atrocity, President Tinubu distanced himself from him. You see that? Because it's not political. Our people, we are not political. We don't play good politics. That's why we are suffering. Because what we are suffering, it comes partly also from the very bad politics of our political elites, right from beginning, right from Azikiwe. Mbono Jike won Azikiwe. Instead of Azikiwe to even, he set Mbono Jike up, and he swore an oath that killed him. Ekpe Tiaba killed him. You know the story. He made him soil his hand, and he activated for him to go and swear oath. Indirectly, he activated. Azikiwe planned all those things. They removed him from the scene. Did Azikiwe have a sound judgment? The answer is no. Now, when you take about Agi Ironsi, the same thing. Is it not the same thing? It's what has been, following us. So we need to get it right. It's not out of sentiment. Because we are suffering from sentiment. Nothing mega. Nothing. Nothing. That time original for judging was some dollars and pounds. Which even Joe Biden without him knowing that America, if they switch off the satellite that provides network for phone, everything, he will not even have any Facebook to do video with. Once our people are elevated in certain level, they believe that it affects the judgment. It affects it. I see it. It takes, that is why I applaud to the brood of IPAB leadership. I am telling you honestly that we have. All these things that is nothing to them. And it shouldn't be nothing. And in this case, that's why also I am urging our media warriors. I never talk about this before, but I urge our media warriors. Let us focus on enlightening our people instead of this your papa, your mama, this one, this, stories stories that are shameful stories. This Mazi Chinasa want to say, if you don't have anything to teach, if you don't know what to teach, start teaching Igbo in your platform. Start teaching Ijo. Start teaching in Shekiri in your platform. It will benefit people more than now. This one say, this one talk to this one. He say, I see it as very, very childish. Very, very childish. When are we going to remove ourselves from this type of mentality? When? It's part of what we are fighting. It's part. No person can be corrected. Everybody knows everything more than everybody. How do you see? At my first start at the preamble, I say that is the primitivity inside us. We need to remove it. One, lack of discipline, incorrigibility. No person can correct you. Mbono Juike talks to Aziki, you said Naka, do you school in Harvard? Now how can you talk to me? He thought that he knows his everything without knowing that a wise man can take advice from a baby. You learn from everything. That is a wise man. Sadhguru said, as a wise person, once your conscience is active, you are always hesitant. Any of your character, you start questioning yourself. Am I correct? Is it correct? Even the way I talk, is it okay? You continue questioning yourself. So that for you not to fall lower than your wisdom. And this is how it's supposed to be. But a foolish person, who will correct you? Now, do you know who I am? Now, do you know him? Oh, mantra ndibo. Very, very primitive mantra. That, do you know who I am? Where did he tell you? Where did he put us today? After you will be blaming Aziki, you were blaming Yagironsi, but you have that character, don't you? You are incorrigible. Nobody can talk to you. Nobody can correct you because you know more than anybody. Who is that person that will come to correct you? This is very primitive character. And we must stop this. We must, when we are talking about enlightenment, all these are part of it. Shedding of all this primitive character is part of enlightenment and is part of going back to our roots. Let me continue playing, please.
And we can fend for ourselves. Look, the Chinese are mining all the minerals nationwide. They are mining all kinds of expensive minerals. Because we ignore it, we abandoned it. Is that correct?
All right. We want to take a break. When we come back, we'll continue with Dr. Akin Fapoda, who's our guest tonight. Welcome back. So with us, Dr. Akin Fapoda, who is the author of that viral regional government bill that's called Nigerian Stalking. He joins us via video link, from Abuja, where crew is already with him. Dr. Fapoda, I was talking about the flip side of this marginalization and resource control. You did say, and rightly so, that this regional structure where the states will be subsumed under larger regions will actually solve the problem of resource control, agitations, and marginalization to a large extent. But some will argue that the states who have their resources would not want to share with others in the larger region who may not have such resources. For instance, the Renaissance Patriots Foundation, and you know about this, I asked you this question this morning. The Renaissance Patriots Foundation, who are a group of Lagos indigents, released a statement saying that that they would be part of any Western region if it comes to be in Nigeria. In particular, The gentleman who spoke on behalf of the group is Prince Adelani Adele. He says that the bill being proposed or suggested spells ominous signs to us from Lagos State. He said, quote, it is a further attempt to subsume our aspiration into a larger group that is antithesis to what we believe in as indigenes of Lagos State. So some states don't want to relinquish their sovereignty on the larger structure. Sir.
Okay, now under what I'm proposing, the Yorubas will be in one region. We will have the same culture, we have the same worldview. We are going to have an internal conversation. The Igbos will have their own in their own area. The Hausas will do the same. So when we set the stage for the Western Nigeria peoples to talk among themselves, we will allay these fears. Even each region will still be a federation. In the area of Yoruba land, there are 26 sub-nationalities.
Do you know this? There is something I want to bring here. This man said something in the place you call Yoruba land today, because this question of Yoruba is something that came of recent. Are you hearing me? It's of recent. They were not one people. He will mention some. But because they hide it, they make sure that they suppress it. Whereas as they suppress the clans or the tribes in the Yoruba, because they use force of conquest to force them to be speaking one language. But they were not one. You know that? But they hid that, they suppressed that. And now they came to East. They came to Biafra land and made sure to put divisions. They rose up brothers, clans, that to the extent Ikwere will say they are not Igbo, they are tribe, a different tribe. Abo say they are Anioma, they are different tribe. Yeah, and they promote it in Nigeria. These people, they did us bad though. They divided us into shreds, whereas they hid them their own. They made sure any person inside them in Yoruba, many of them, they are internal tribes or clans. They are agitating. When you reach many of them, this one they will say they are being marginalized by their own people, the same people we call Yoruba, but they don't promote it in the media. That's why you don't hear it. They suppress everything and will be given a fake face that they are one people, but they are not. When they in our own land, they made sure to promote that, this one is Niger Delta, without you knowing that Niger Delta, Imo and Abia is part of Niger Delta. They make you know, Ikwere is not Igbo. Delta, you are not Igbo. You are Delta, make sure you are Delta. To the extent the Fulani, they told the Ikwere people, if you are going on this census, make sure don't sign any other language. What is your tribe? You say Ikwere. Do you see how they dealt with us? Because they see us as easy fools. I am telling you. They call us easy fools, very easy fools. That we have nothing that binds us together. Religion, we have our natural culture that binds us together, but the Europeans help them to thwart it. To make us hate our culture, run away from our cultures. But it is evil. So there is nothing again that binds us together. The church, the Christianity you talk, he divided us into more piecemeals than anything. So now everywhere have a free hand in dealing with us, thwarting us, dividing us. Brothers are divided. Okay, can say they are not Igbo. What is this? How do you call 1, 2, 3? But what is your language, Ikwere? What is your language, Abo? This man is trying, he will mention it. That's why I love him. And after this person, we shot him, that the journalist, we said, don't worry, forget about, don't worry. Because that is the place they don't want us to be hearing. But had it been, he used Igbo as an example, for example, in East, he will start mentioning Ikwere as a tribe. And the one, they will promote it, say, yes, you are right. But who are the foolish people? It's we. It's we that are foolish. We that allowed ourselves to be divided into piecemeals. It's we that are foolish. Listen.
There is the Aworis.
Awori.
There is the Ijebu.
Ijebu. Awori, Ijebu. These are not one people, but they forcefully maintain one face as one people. But when you meet them, we tell you that I'm Ijebu. Even if you are quarreling with another Igbo, you will tell the person, you think that I'm Ijebu, I be Ijebu, I will tell you, say I be Ijebu. That time you will know who that they have different clans. It's not the same people. But when they are showcasing outside, they showcase to themselves as one people. That is wisdom, isn't it? Ourselves, we allow ourselves to be divided and we accept it. We accept it. Today I had somebody send me something, say they want agitation for our low states. I laugh. Why we are trying to, gather ourselves, people, useless people, they are low state, so that to divide, create another state. The more you create, the more our people take that created state as if is how teach the law. They forget who we are. Answering any name we are being called. Answering any name we are being called. Today, if you go to even Onitsha, looking for house, according to reports you are getting, they will tell you, are you from Abakaliki? No, we know they give a landlord, we know they give a Abakaliki person house. This is utter discrimination that we will never allow in our land. Let us have reports. If we have any report, now we tell the person, can you tell us the address of that house? Only you as a landlord. Now you build your house, right? Only you will live in that house. Because these are characters we are shouting. We don't want this. We are shouting. We are marginalized. We are discriminated upon. But when we come to our land, we start the same evil. How do you think that we are going to even get freedom with this type of mentality? With this type of mentality. Anambra we say him and when did Anambra come into being? When did Imo come into being? When? 1967 of yesterday. Now we take anything we are being called as useless Homo sapiens. We take anything we are being called. We take here. But after we'll be blaming our brothers in the coastal region. We don't need this type of thing in our land. IPAB is a state actor, for your information. Forget about all the things that IPAB is in charge of our land. They are fighting a lost battle against IPAB. These are things we will not like, we will not want to have in our land. All this type of, clanism and discrimination because of where the person come from. Hey, onye obosi, I don't want you. Onye Allah, I don't want. This is arrant nonsense we don't want in our land. We have to sanitize ourselves before looking for sanitizing others. We need to. This man is talking about the clans or the tribes in Yoruba land. They are worried, the Igba, the Ijebu.
There is Igba. There is Yewa, there is Ibadan, there is Ijesha, there is Ekiti, there is Ilaje, there is Okeogun, there is Igbomina, there is Okun. All these are entities in Yoruba land.
He wanted to call it as it is, tribes, but he changed. I'm watching him. He changed. He paused there. He changed. Remember, because the man is highly diplomatic. if it's an Igbo man talking, he doesn't choose his word. He will say, all these are different tribes. There are different tribes in Igbo land. Well, politically, nothing. See, no, these are the things we are suffering. Don't you see, Chief Priest? He have gone to condemn that Igbo land is nothing, everything is evil, insecurity, but in Abuja, terrorists are working. I mean, even in Abuja, they are kidnapping. They are kidnapping. All these things is to work against what we are doing. As we are telling people, come back home and invest. They are working against it. These are agents. These are people that not supposed to see the daylight in our land. BBC immediately go and meet him, interview him, because they know what he's going to vomit. They know that nothing is in his head. They interview him. They need anti-us. You see how this man is mentioning all these tribes in Yoruba land. The man cut him short. Imagine that he's in Biafra land is mentioning different clans. The man will even be reminding, the journalist will be reminding him others that he forgot. But this one, he cut him off. They sabi.
We are to make sure that the region takes care of everybody. And for instance now, the Okeogun people feel they are marginalized too. The Ekitis feel they are marginalized by the Badans.
This is what is happening. The man said the Ekiti people, they feel that they are marginalized. There is the other one they call Okunabi. He said they are feeling marginalized. Is what is happening. He's saying it as it is. And that is the reality.
So these are just
but Dr. Kifapon, I mean, some will say all this ethnicization of such an idea of the regional structure of Nigeria, if it comes to will lead to a further breakup of Nigeria. Igbos who have their own region.
Always Igbo. Yoruba journalist. He must mention Igbo. He must give an example with Igbo. That is it. First, number one. You say Beli de Aloha. You know? There is something I see in Black Africa in general and Nigeria in particular. We are trying to live in denial. You know, in Nigeria they say detribalize, a detribalized Nigerian. And you know, people they describe like that mostly are Igbo people, Igbo politicians. They praise you. You think he's praising. They are mocking you. They are calling you a fulefu. They want us to live in denial. It's just like you meet a French person. You tell him, no, you are not a French. You're a German. He accepts to say I'm a German in order to not to be sound racist. Is it possible? Don't you know that as you have a Igbo, Hausa, Kanuri, what do you call Beda in your state? You have Bambura of Bauchi. Different tribes. It's the same thing you have Finnish. Somebody from Finland called Finnish, Swedish or is Swedish, English. You know, it's tribe, it's your identity. There is no you shouldn't deny it. We shouldn't live as if we are denying our identity. It makes us we live in denial. Oh no, don't be ethnicizing. No, why can't you answer who you are? The way they structure Nigeria, they want us to discard our identity, which is impossible and which will never help us. Because we are living, it's just like Dimoy Gojugu said, that we have been living in a Nigeria that is, designed by Britain. But we see that it's impossible for us. We cannot. So, in a Nigeria they designed for us, they want us to answer the tribalized Nigerians. They want us to, as an Igbo woman or a Igbo man working in Abuja office, your Igbo brother will come and speak Igbo language for you. You shun him. Do as if you don't speak Igbo, as they used to do, and start speaking English for him. You deny your identity in order to prove to everybody that you are a real Nigerian. It's only we Igbos. They want to structure us the way that we will be fighting with ourselves, our identity eternally. Are you hearing me? You say ethnicizing. What are you ethnicizing? I am happy when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu answered that question. That Biafra will be a nation state. That will be a Biafra. That, we will answer our tribal names. We will answer who we are. This is Igbo Biafra, Igbo state of Biafra. This is the just state of Biafra. This is Ishekiri state of Biafra. Efik state of Biafra. Or Efik region of Biafra. Anyone, whether region or state, according to how we choose. So that thing they say they are trying to push us, demonize, that is not good. We come out and take it. Be proud. Now where you come, I'm a German. Okay, I'm Igbo Biafra. No, I'm a Job Biafra. That brotherliness, that wholeheartedliness will be there. Instead of, being afraid of who you are. That is what Nigeria wants us to be. Listen, continue listening.
Yorubas will have theirs, and then within a snap of a finger, anyone could say we want to pull out of Nigeria. That's why the states were created, to prevent Nigeria from breaking up or prevent a further civil war.
Please don't. Before this man answer, let me. You see how stupid this journalist is. They don't want Nigeria to break up, and is Nigeria in cohesion? Is Nigeria moving good? Do you see black people? In short, mostly Nigerians, they are stupid. Something has been going wrong. You don't want to identify and say, let us ask ourselves, what is the problem? This breakage of Nigeria, are we 200 years back? There was nothing like Nigeria. 150 years back, there was nothing like Nigeria. So why are we talking about a breakage of Nigeria? As if it is the end of the world. As if without it, we are all gone. As if breakage of Nigeria is something unnatural. Nigeria is the only thing that is unnatural. Breakage of Nigeria is for us going back to our natural selves. Are you hearing me? So when they promote it, breakage of Nigeria, breakage of Nigeria. What is Nigeria, for goodness sake? What is Nigeria? Listen.
Let us use words that are applicable. Europe in the last century, the French, the Germans, the Finnish, the Swedish, the Danish, they are all occupying Europe. Even United Kingdom, there is the Welsh, there is Scottish, and the British. So everybody must maintain his identity. Nothing wrong with it. You can't suppress it. But we shall be equal neighbors. We shall be friendly neighbors. Will the Lagos, would they go into the Atlantic Ocean? Would they go into Brazil? Or how?
There you go, sir. There you go. Some are saying this Awori talk and Brazil talk and all that is not needed at this point. That we should keep out the ethnic.
Do you see how the man is stopping him, hushing him? Do you see it? Do you see methodically? You don't want him to go
region. Yorubas will have theirs, and then within a snap of a finger, anyone could say we want to pull up.
Finish.
Sorry. Do you see?
Nothing wrong with it.
Do you see how the man wants to methodically stop where very nice points this man is making? Do you see how they do? You say ethnicization of as if we come out from, I don't know, fall from heaven. every one of us come from one ethnicity or the other, we should deal with it. An Englishman is proud to answer an Englishman. A Wales is proud to answer a Wales. A Scottish man is proud to answer a Scottish man. Why don't you say no, forget that we are don't talk about don't identify yourself. But they have Scotland, they have Wales, they have English, England. Are you hearing me? There is Ireland. So what are we not talking? Why should we continue living in denial? We have continued living a borrowed life from Britain, and it is not working. Now you ask the man, where has Nigeria got to? Breaking. Let us Nigeria will break. As if it is natural unbreakable.
We should keep out the ethnicities from this. But let's leave that out. Let's leave that for now. What will be the state, Dr. Fapona, the fate of state governments and civil servants if this bill is passed? What will be the fate of the civil servants under the different states? What will be the state, Dr. Fapona, the fate of...
Would they go into Brazil? Or how?
There you go, sir. There you go. Some are saying this whole Awori talk and Brazil talk and all that is not needed at this point, that we should keep out the ethnicities from this. But let's leave that out. Let's leave that for now. What will be the state, Dr. Fapona, the fate of state governments and civil servants if this bill is passed? What will be the fate of the civil servants under the different states and those who work in the state administrations?
The document I propose, we want to reduce the bureaucracy of governance. We have 36 governors, 36 state executive, 36 House of Assembly. Each assembly has at least 25 members. 734 local governments, chairmen. They have also parliaments. 90% of the revenue goes to serving the people. There are no roads, no schools, no hospitals.
You're talking about unemployment, sir. Unemployment. All those in the federal and the state government employed will be rendered unemployed.
Okay, the people in government, they employ themselves. If you are a senator, instead of spending 100 million to run for election, go and set up an industry now. Why must it be government that you are eating all the time?
Dr. Fapon, are you going to send this to the National Assembly? Finally, will you send this to the National Assembly yourself, and when? Finally.
I will stop here. You see, people are tired in Nigeria of the system. I am telling you. People are tired. Both the Yoruba, both the Hausa. But the problem they have is shame. Oh, anything now, they will say they succumb to Igbo. Oh, they succumb to this Biafra thing. That is the only thing that is holding many of them. I am telling you. So, the Fulani is using that as a weapon, because there is no Fulani indigenous land in Nigeria, in any part of Nigeria. They are not indigenous in Nigeria. Do you know how Fulani, you know how they do? You know the conquerors, you know how they do. Any place they go, they make sure they marry the women and born children, mix blood, so that the children now will claim indigenous to that place. That has been their trick till today. It's everywhere. Any community they enter, they will come as friends. Before you know, they try. They start marrying the indigenous people, mixing their blood, so that their next generation will become indigenous, will be claiming indigenous. And there is nothing again you can do. And in their homes, Fulani, they train their children first, informally, informal home training. They put in their head that they are Fulani first. That what I'm telling you is how it is, how they behave. So, for how long should we continue in playing hypocrisy? This Nigeria is not for us. You see how we are being manhandled. I am happy that one senator, Senator Shehu Sani, he tweeted something. He used to be outspoken. He tweeted something. Let me see. I think I posted that tweet that about the killings. He said the killings of 7 policemen and other civilians in Zamfara is condemnable. The atrocities of these criminals must not go unpunished. They are not criminals, they are terrorists, organized terrorists. Criminals are different from, these people, they know the choice of words. They are organized. Criminals are just acting just for personal interests, 1 or 2 only. But organized terrorists, they have an ideology guiding them. They are not working for their own personal interest. No, for the general interest, the larger interest of the organization. That is it. The atrocities of these criminals must not go unpunished. I believe we will triumph over terror, but it is sad that the killing of our security agents only gets a louder outrage when it happens in the southeast. That is it. Hausa man is saying, Shehu is an Hausa man. They know what is, they know. They are in that, they know what is going on by the Fulani, they know. The killings that's why you see these idiots that have loud mouths. You don't talk about the insecurity in the north. And who brought the insecurity in our land? He is one of them. Hope who's on him use him. Have people asked the telephones he's distributed before the election to the youths? What about all those youths? They have been killed. Their organs have been harvested. That is it. The 4,000 people Hope Uzodinma say he's sending to Canada and America and the other Western countries. Where are they? Where is the project? Do you see? They will come and open mouth and speak. But we are IPOB. We learn from the mistakes of our past. And we will never fall victim of the same mistake. It is impossible. This is where I'm going to stop. I will go into a few minutes break, and when I will open the line so that our people will call in. Please do not go away. I will be right back. Do not go away, please.
Hear this one now for EEDC. EEDC won't defraud Southeast with exorbitant electricity bills with no adequate power supply. On top the matter be say they no go give prepaid meter to their customers, but them go give illegal high estimated bills. They no want know if lights day or no day. Instead of them to fix them, they go force people to pay the bills where they no use, or them go cut the lights. I wonder how communities go use contribute money, buy their own power transformer, buy electricity cables, and yet pay huge amounts of money money to this obodo Naija corrupt EEDC, but they no go gree connect or bring the light. Even when they dismantle to repair community transformers wey spoil, they no go repair or return it to the communities. This issue don tire people o. Anambra State Governor Soludo, im don pay 100 billion naira to Emeka Ofo and EEDC. This matter dey under agreement to provide light o, 24 hours light o. But from March 2023 until now, Anambra State still dey for darkness. Emeka Ofo don frustrate other companies wey wan give us light. The koko be say EEDC na the reason why Southeast no dey develop. This thing no dey good o. I say e no good o. This thing no dey good o. No one knows tomorrow.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name is Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Alu province of Biafra London. We are here live and direct. Today is the 10th day of June 2024. Therefore, our lines are now open. I will take few calls, just few calls, please. Our direct line, as usual, is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. I have a caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Please, welcome to the program. Caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp. Yes, caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Please go on.
Yeah, first I greet all of us once again. Mazi, KO. Just like one of our brother will always say that no naba. A lot of us are listening, and we know that you are doing a very great job. Yes, Mazi, thank you so much once more. You are talking about is it a clanism or whatever? Mazi, just like you said, this thing is very, very important that if we did not do anything about it, in fact, just like we always say, our race is gone. I don't know the reason why our own Igbo man will come to look for a house, and you start asking, is it from this so part of the our Igbo land? I will not give house to, will I say it's an insult, or is it, when just like recently last week I was discussing with somebody in my office. He was like, why are Igbos behaving like that? Even your own brother, you don't want to give that person house. I said, I don't even understand that this is just like what he said, that this is a planned something to divide us to the more. Because when you look at it now, they are pushing this Islam in that part of our land. If there are a lot of things he said, those I don't really want to say it here for now. Maybe later I can impulse you. Then there are something there today in my office. I met this man. I went to do a photocopy. Just like I said, I work with one of these organizations. So this man now came. Somebody just entered, wanted to make photocopy. Say, let me go to the other place. I said, don't go there, stay here and do it. Then one Yoruba man just said, why did you tell him not to go there? Is it because this is an Igbo man? I say, yes. Why won't he stay and do it in my brother? He said, your brother. Why? He said, me, I'm not tribal. I said, me, I'm very, very tribalistic. He said, madam, why are you talking like that? I said, yes, I'm an Igbo lady, and I'm very, very tribal. And I'm asking, I said, for instance, if you have somebody, two people now, they have a problem, and you want to help, who will you help? One is Igbo, one is Yoruba. Who will you help? He said, I said, tell me the truth. Don't put sentiment. Who are you going to help? He doesn't want to go straight. I said, okay, if you don't want to go straight, me, I will help my brother as an Igbo person first, because I'm very, very tribal. I say, if you are not tribal, you will not love yourself. You have to love yourself first before any other thing. He said, that means you will not allow your children to marry another tribe. I say, lie. None of my children will marry any tribe, any other tribe, apart from my own tribe. The man was, madam, why are you like this now? I say, yeah, this is who I am. Don't you want me to be who I am? I love myself, I love my tribe, and none of my children will marry outside my tribe. This man was just looking, say, madam, now wow, he just left. Yes, man, just like what we are saying. If you don't love who you are, if you don't love yourself, your enemies will even hate you the more. Just I always tell people, you have to, when we Igbo stop loving ourselves, and you see that other race will be scared of us. Like when you come to my office, once I know that you are Igbo person, I'll start speaking Igbo. And if you want to start speaking maybe English, I'll say, please, I'm sorry. If you don't want to speak our language, because I know who you are, I will not do that thing for you. Say, madam, okay, hey, wada, you see, he will calm down. So we have to try and try to, this our language is very, very important. I always tell people, if you don't have your language, that means you don't have a root. Is your name your language that makes you who you are? If you have lost that, that means nothing for you. So Mazi, GCK, just like we say, whatever you're saying is entering. A lot of people, a lot of us now gathered here listening to you. So please, we really appreciate your work. And as we continue praying for our Mazi, that no matter what they do, the enemies must leave him because they don't have any choice. I will even say that they are just ashamed because they don't know what to do about him. But no matter what, they have to release him. Mazi, Biafrans, I greet all of us as we continue to fight for our freedom because we cannot go back, just like you said, we don't have any back to go to. Because one will leave one world, whatever we are doing, that means all our people that died is in vain. And which is not possible. We must get to the roots of everything that we have started. We must get to that our promised land, which is Biafra, and our Mazi must be released, whether they like it or not. Biafrans once again in day one.
Thank you very much. Now I'm bringing in Mazi. Okay, I think you have some reports to make. Mazi, okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, my brother Mazi Jonathan and comrade, good evening from Poland here. This is Mazi okay for Necron, okay. Of course, I hear from Omaka and all the province of Poland. Our leader remains Mazi Nnamdi, Kanu, and we must not fail to appreciate our Lord. And the head of the director remains Mazi Chinedu, and all his lieutenants that do wonderfully well. Men and women of our radicals all over the world, we will continue to appreciate all of you. Of course, Mazi, I have our reporter from Imo State, because I said, we have to discuss a lot of things on this night. Probably we have about 10 minutes or 15 to go, because it's very, very important. Now, I have my brother, Biafra, please stay here. Let me do some preamble before I hand over to you. Mazi, I sent you what he requested from me about this young man called Kobana Chiprit or whatever they call him. And Biafrans all over the world will ask this man, how did he make his money? Because this young man is the chief money launderer of Hope Uzodinma. Let him come and tell us and debunk whatever we are going to say here tonight. And talking about insecurity. Hope's insecurity started in Imo State by that prison break, which was teleguided and masterminded by Hope Uzodinma and this so-called Kobana Chiprist. Mazi, when you go to our prison, we'll see what is happening there. A lot of our boys are there, both in DSS. What are they doing? And don't forget that this young man is from Olo. He's from Umuhuokabia, where he is using Waliwo, Ubuagu, of course, Akadinda, and the Tebat or the mail to do their dirty business, which they have extended to Ezioha or Ukwoji, and the 3 places in that RZ, because who pulls on him the intel that leaked that he wants whatever that is happening there, also to happen everywhere in Imo State, especially about Nevada, which they have started. People are seeing it. Now, this young man called Kobana Chiprit, Mazi, Hope Uzodinma, you remember when Hope Uzodinma was giving telephones and the cars to this young man to do that dirty business? And I want to tell Biafra, that is hotel, Angel Hotel, is worse than Otokoto in Owerri. That is the place they kill and harvest our people. Biafra must not forget the press release by Aladima and FMC Owerri when they were asking, when they wanted to do mass burial because their mortuaries are filled up, which IPOB wrote against. There was press release in respect of that. Today we don't know what really transpired there. Then Cubana chief priest went to Lagos, started insulting our beloved local maid in Aba and all of them. Mazi, ndị Igbo si na ngwere gburu ụtọ a ga-emekpe ndị ọzọ ama gbara ihe. And ịkpọ onye oshi ahụ ya ọgbabilala ọsọ ịghọla. I want you to play that clip. If you have that time, you can play that clip. Let the whole world hear what is happening in Imo State. Because when they talk about insecurity, they are the head of insecurity. He is the head of insecurity in Imo State. With they started it. They start killing our people. It did not stop today. Now he has run away. Because when he gathered, the whole post of the might use him, and when the occult boys were trying to hack him down in Imo State, there was a day he ran to airport. The flight was almost moving, they stopped the flight. That was when he called this young man. He gathered all the courts in all institutions in Imo State. That is why Imo State is a dead zone now. Play them a monthly salary via this young man. Probably something better as if I told me and I kind of watch with the hand I watch you. Let me bring our brother small. Because this young man, he has done a lot. He's a student now. This is another student that are training in our land. They are breeding him now. He are run to Lagos, but I'm whatever one other. We are IPAB, we everywhere. Do what this idiot? That also the all the atrocities he committed, he's a part of the people that they made also how it is today. This Kubana chief is a tell of the Megu. The other guy, always from Amanachi. This is how they use in Tiwa, and they told him Tiwa is dead. A Bupugantiwa, he has a name, business, and Apata. How is his own local government? But to go to our local government, the atrocity that is going there now, but it cannot imagine. All the local government in Imo State, go to the local government, see what army is in there. Everywhere, Mazi. And let me shock our people. All the police station, go to Omaka, all the police station in Imo State has armored cars. You ask yourself, when something is happening in us, where does those armored cars come from? All the local government in Imo State is a place that are killing our people, harvesting our people. All the local government, no exception. Now you ask yourself, don't we have people in Imo State? Because when I talk to our people, they say, I say, okay, you're angry or you're insulting our people. And I've said it time and time, I'll continue to say it. Mazi Imo State, Mazi always alone in America. They have the capacity to stop what is happening in Imo State. He used this young man to regulation in Imo State. And that day, I don't want to mention some them. That day, I called the people that matters in Imo State, told them what to happen a week before then. And I told them, go to Orchard of Amo Ifeke. If we can stop, if we can the place. Start the here there, 2% down there. Go to call all ask people about that is go to Obrolo. You have people there where my brother that NLC chairman is a fool. We gave him we told them what to do, they refused. All the intel we gave, all of them was quiet. But I pointed about 4 places in all where they will go, exhume people. They will see dead bodies, at least 100 or 200. Mazi, I'm at the major with the Imo State. Imo State is a state that I don't know how to, I don't know that to use about Imo State. And if we don't wake up, the rest they are going. Manda America wana nefil. Ahuna insecurity abatan everywhere. All the Terrorism. Oshilot na abatan jaba, but everywhere. But all you see, batam bitol. All kulana. Three local go 3 to time when Imo talk better. Okay, where it's gone. Okay, where it's gone. So with a better. I got my money outside. Those two bad. I know I won't let me bring our brother from Imo State to give some view of what is happening in the ground. Watching it from Biafra. Can you hear me? Clearly from here. Mazi, unmute yourself.
Mazi, unmute yourself, please.
Loud and clear.
Okay, yeah, answer Radio Biafra. You go on, tell the whole world what is happening. You have the time. We must continue to expose what is happening in Imo State, and the people that concern must fit up in that way.
Okay, Mazi. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, all lovers of freedom, all IPAB worldwide. I salute all of us. We are doing wonderfully well. First of all, let me go straight and our able leader, Mazi Kanu, the archangel of our time. The man that promised us that he will give us this freedom, that he will not fail us, that we are the one to fail. And we promise him that we are going to march with him step by step until we restore our freedom. In fact, in Imo State now is the talk of the town, or the whole world. Imo State, Imo State, Imo State. The problem is because we have a murderer here, somebody that war with Fulani people to finish our people. As you are mentioning, Kubana Chief Rizzi, this is their agents that they are using to destroy our people, to destroy our ladies, to destroy our young guys, to destroy our able-bodied men, luring them into occultic kingdom, luring them into dirty businesses. That some of them into Yahoo, do you know that he is the cashier of Yahoo boys? He laundered money, he selling the drugs, he is into all the dirty business. Go to his hotel in Owerri here, the Angels. You will understand what I'm talking about. If you want to eat human parts, it's there. If you want to meet the criminals and the bad boys in Imo State, it's there. If you want to, every dirty thing that the bad occultic kingdom do, what they use, is there, is the business. Now you want to relocate it to Lagos so that those people in the Lagos can benefit because benefit with the human parts and the rest of the thing. He have run away. That is the easiest way to tell you that he's running away. He's now castigating his people, talking rubbish in BBC Igbo. And it's only BBC Igbo. You know, BBC Igbo is good at destroying the issues of Igbo land. When they want to do such nonsense, they will go to BBC Igbo so that they will accommodate that nonsense. No other station or less or Yoruba Gota media that can condone that rubbish. Let me first of all go to what is happening now. Our brothers and our sisters in the military and the police. I have an advice for them this night. You see, now the checking point in the whole Biafra land now is now made up of Igbo men. Now we have turned red. They have sent our brothers to come and stay at the checking point. They no longer send Fulani people again. They no longer send Yoruba people again. They are now sending our brothers so that when they will send the people that will kill them, they will only kill the Biafrans. It is the way to diminish our people. I have an advice for them. When they are sending you to come and kill your brothers and sisters, what will you gain? all those foolish soldiers and the foolish police people. What will you gain? Arresting your people, destroying the properties in our land in the name of you are serving the zoo. Remember what our leader said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, that you serve the zoo and come back in shame. There is no way you will destroy all these things and still remain like that. One day you will come back in shame. Go and ask most of them that will do that dirty job. Look at their children today. Have they succeeded? The answer is no. Are they doing well? The answer is no. Are they progressing? The answer is no. You will bring curse upon your family. You will bring curse upon your generation. You will bring curse upon even the area that you came from. That is the situation. I'm advising you people, when they send you guys to come and kill your brothers and sisters, tell them that you are not going. Instead, if you want, you resign. You will find something to do. I know that things are very hard here because Chukwukabiyama have put a heavy plague in this land. Mazi, there is hunger everywhere. There is serious hunger in this land.
You mean that many of the soldiers they are bringing in our land today are even our people? Is that what you are saying?
Mazi, investigate and confirm what I'm telling you this night. From the whole checking point, from once you enter Onocha, before you hardly see any Igbo man at the checking point. What do we see your Yoruba people and the Hausa people? Because they are making money. But now, those Yoruba people, those Hausa people, you no longer see them at the checking point again. Look at all of them. They are all Igbos. Why are they not bringing them now? Because there is trouble. There is problem in the land. They are now bringing them. But if the situation is calm now and there is peace everywhere, you will see them. They will bring their brothers and in fact they will bribe you know how they bribe their way to Southeast so that they will come and make money. Now they're no longer bribing themselves. They are now relocating, going back to North or going back to elsewhere. Then they will bring the Holy Ghost so that they will come here and die. They are the one that will send the non-government to kill them. They are the one that will send the jihadists, Boko Haram in military uniform to kill them. Then they are not diminishing them gradually. Our people in the military,
want their wives, the officer, the wife, all of them are crying.
Yes.
Bro, yes. Like what a hope was the did to go like in a wedding.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, today, what is happening today? The women and the inspectors women they are holding their meeting today. Corporal and the lower cadet women, they are making their meeting today. And the top ranking officer, they are meeting today. Mazi, do you know the reason why the meeting is holding? Because of the wife of the IG is coming down to Imo State. Some of the parastatals in police in Imo State, they have contributed. Some are contributing 400,000. I'm telling you fast and figures. Our intel there, this is they are contributing 400,000. Some are contributing 600,000. Some are contributing 1 million just to welcome the wife of IG in Imo State. The wife of IG, is he a policewoman? Answer is no. The wife of IG, what can she contribute to develop Imo State or to bring down insecurity in Imo State? The answer is no. She cannot contribute anything. Just she is coming to take money, to pack our money, to pack the little one in the police hand, and then go back. That is the duty. It's not even the IG that is coming. Their wife is coming down to Imo State. That's why the whole parastatals of police are contributing money so that when she will come, she will go with a lot of money. And if you fail to contribute the money, they will say you are not supporting the IG. And then they will maybe send you to Sambisa Forest where you will go and die. So everybody, all of them, they are all afraid. Mazi, can you believe our people in the police, if there is promotion or if there is redeployment, they have to bribe themselves out unless they want to die. They have to bribe themselves out. The police bribing police. They have to bribe themselves out so that they can
Mazi, what you're saying is, Mazi, what you're saying is right, because my cousin is in there. He retired because of that. They sent it to Tambisa. He's my classmate. They said that he resigned. I asked him, man, if you don't want to resign, go and die. My Obin Boma can confirm that. So what you're saying, those of them that their wife died, what is happening today? All those are back anyway. Go on. I don't want to interject.
So those for you to redeploy yourself or to remain in Imo State, you have to bribe yourself. You have to give bribes. Some are paying 100,000, some are paying 50,000, just for you to get yourself in a place where there is no crisis. This is what is happening in the police, and the same thing is happening in the military. What kind of a country is this? That without bribing yourself, a policeman bribing fellow policeman, and the military bribing fellow military.
Mazi, let me ask
just
you.
For you not to maybe...
I heard about what is that Township Stadium has become a place of detention and different types of atrocities by Zite Bubago.
Yes.
Well, please say something about it.
I'm coming that side.
Yes.
Okay. This is, at Okporo, Omotanze, and the nearby villages around that area. The Bubago, the JTF, they are now going house to house, kidnapping our brothers, kidnapping our children. When they kidnap from that,
Mazi, what is their reason?
They will go to
Mazi, what is the official reason of doing that? What is the reason?
No official, nothing more, nothing else. Once you are a young man from that area, you are gone. I'm telling you, if you go to that village, those villages that I'm telling you now, no single youth in that area anymore. It's just aged people and the small children.
Let me help you because I'm from that area. Let me help you. You see, when we talk about this Cubana chief priest, he is from Umuakabe, like I rightly said. Mazi, when you go to not only Okporo, but Ihioma, but Amannachi, all those areas, there's no go area, and Mwebulemi is there. They planted him there in Amannachi. Obago is there. They planted him there. They planted him there, and the Walliwa, but thank God, Walliwa and Boago, I think they are done. Yes, I don't know how their situation is now. And the Chinasa one area is from there. CJC Akol is from there. The worst person we have ever had. Then you talk about Eze Ochiri of Army Feke. He is there. These are the people that are being committing the crime. These are the people that are killing their people. Okay. And they are planting what is happening also there, that temple. They are using all of they know what is happening there. So why is he running out to Lagos? Okay. Now they drag those youths to the Township Stadium. That is where their base are. They come there, both the JTF, all of them are there. Mazi, could you believe that they arrested one engineer at Okporo, took the man there. So the man called one of his friends, the police guy, the aged man. Because if you are a young man trying to release anybody there, they will take you in immediately. So they now use the aged man. The man is about 80-something years to go with the wife to go and look for the husband. Mazi, lo and behold, do you know that once they bring you there, they first of all collect your phone. If the phone is where you are, where you receive alert, they will command you immediately to transfer the whole, to give them the code, and they will transfer the whole money in your account. Or else they will threaten you that they will kill you. They have their native doctor there, where they will examine you if you are ESN or non-government. They How an Biafra, they do Richard, they had a Biafra.
Yes.
But had a Biafra on the flood in the same thing is happening in the local government.
If
In
they
the
look
local
at
government, the same
it,
thing.
okay. If they look at it, nobody is coming for you. What they will do is they will butcher the person, then they say the organ. That's how they are making money on daily basis.
Killer. This one I say killer. Point I kill is there now. All of them are go on. We need the report very well. Let our people understand.
Honestly,
but I don't know
it was terrible. It's terrible, honestly. This is what is happening there right now. This is not something of last year or so. That's what is happening presently right now. Please, our people, Imo people in diaspora, please. Imo State have a lot of loophole. Please, everybody should put down on there so that we can bring Imo State is our own. We are not going anywhere. I know that the past leaders have compromised a lot. I will say that. I will say that without any fear of favor. That the leaders in Imo State, in fact, some of them have joined on top pilot. Some of them have compromised. Some of them have done a lot of things. But that does not mean that there is no good people in Imo State. There is a lot of genuine Umuchineke in Imo State. And as far as this struggle is concerned, we are not going anywhere. We are going to stay here to finish it. We are not, because this struggle is our life. If not this struggle, believe you me, the best thing they would do is just to commit suicide and die. Because there's nothing more, nothing else. There is a lot of good, genuine Umuchineke that believe in our leader, that believe in the DOS on what they are doing, and they believe in all the genuine IPAB members as far as this struggle is concerned. Please, all Imo-lite living in abroad or living in diaspora, please, Imo State is our own. Let us keep hands together. Let us boost Imo State. Let us boost Imo State to come back where it's supposed to be. I'm begging, I'm pleading, please. So, Mazi, let me go to the next.
Go on, but Mazi, please let me ask you something. I'm getting information about or whether or not comprising of Olakwa and all. Is it true that cows are disturbing there? Before you go, the water.
Honestly,
I need it.
Mazi, it was terrible, and when it was on my list because at Ora, at Olakwa, at Abala. At even in the municipal, imagine in the municipal of Owerri, cows are roaming everywhere. The women are crying because of their corn.
Did it extend to Mbiri and Orodo?
Honestly,
we get information.
Honestly,
happening in what do you call it in before Amiibo?
Yes.
What do you call it? Where the man carried gun.
Yes.
Go on, but that one is settled.
Mazi, the issue is this. I use my hand, I use my vehicle to travel all around Imo State. Because some of the unit mobilizer that I send to go and investigate, the area that they show me, I use my vehicle. Say, let me go there straight so that I will investigate by myself. Mazi at Orada was terrible. Olakwa, Abala, Opala, Ihite, and the which is Iyagwa and the Obrinze. That area is their capital. Are lamenting.
Yeah, we are talking about I was talking about
we are crying because of food.
Yeah,
saying that there is no food in our area. We are crying that there is scarcity of food in the country. The little one that we're supposed to survive with, cows are destroying it. Everywhere, the whole villagers, all that. That's how everybody's complaining, one village or the other. At Ihiagwa and Ihiagwa Okolochi, that is the back of the military base. Military in the Fulani uniform. They have taken over that area because they want to kidnap and collect ransom.
Mazi, our people are not doing well. You see, when they have to, Mazi,
every day is one trouble. And the funny part of it is when you call police come and help. Or when you call any,
police are you calling?
any government agent. No, some of the villagers will call the police or agents to come and intervene. None of them will come.
Which police are you calling? Are they not the Fulanis? That's why our people will catch them, they will release them. Instead of they will do them. You see what happened at Omotown? The video is on. Why don't our people give us the report? Why don't our people make a video? All the area you have mentioned, Olako, Orata, why don't our people do their own work? We cannot be everywhere. They have to give us the report. They have to put it in the social media and tag the location. That's the most important thing. Then the needful will be done.
Exactly.
And I'm sure our people are hearing it. I won't be able to take them on. Everybody has to wake up. You have an Android phone, you have big phones in your hand. Why not video that in, put it in social media, tag location only? What we need.
Mazi, that's the reason why we are. Sometimes when you see me lamenting because of gadget, because most of the areas that we see, you will even see police people watching them. You will see that closer to that area, you will see a military checking point watching them. So it's not the area that you will bring phone to say capture. They will now say, okay, you want to give it to say before it will be something else. That's why we are being careful. That's why this Imo State is concerned.
We are underpaid. We are really underpaid. We are really underpaid. We are really underpaid. Our people don't know. They are kidnapping us. They are killing us.
Everywhere.
Nobody to talk to our people, but only IPAB. But we'll continue to fight. Mazi, give every report we need because we need all of them. Both that people that hope we have the intel, the bag, the wives, everything that help. Let us hear it. We need to hear them this night. Let them wake up.
Okay. Okay, let me go
As
to that
proceed
area
into, please round up. Just use 2 minutes, please, round up.
Okay. Okay, let me hit on this area because of this Ohanes Ndibo and their foolishness. You know, when we are saying about the Wanyan the how they collect money from in the name of Ndibo, in the name of protecting Ndibo, they are making money with using our people to make money. Now they have divided. Some are now at Alibo Foundation. In that Alibo Foundation, Professor Wala, who is the ruling them for 10 years, he still want to continue ruling them, making money with the federal government. Now the election have been held, and he said that he's not going to hand over. Imagine the kind of leaders that we have. Honestly, my dear, how is that more time? But no problem. Thank you, all of us of freedom. Thank you, all at IPAB worldwide. You people are wonderful. We will continue. We are not going anywhere until Biafra come, until our leader is being released. Our leader must be released by hook or by crook. Thank you, Mazi.
Mazi, thank you. We'll continue the good work. It's very important. We must continue to explore what is happening in Imo State. Very, very importantly now. There were Mazi, good night from here.
There were Mazi. There were. Caller on signal, you have been waiting. Caller on signal. Caller on signal. Can you hear me? Caller on signal. You have been waiting. I don't know. Caller on signal. Can you hear me? For the last time, Mazi, caller on signal. You have been there since 36 minutes. Can you hear me? No. In the absence of this caller that is here, I will not pick any other call, please. This is where I'm going to end the program. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, we are seeing that we are being attacked from all angles. Intellectually, physically, culturally, ideologically, politically, anyhow. So, Onye ndị iro gbakwara gburugburu na-eche ndụ ya nche. We must continue. What we are doing is not abnormal. We are fighting for our survival. Britain is on top. They are surviving on our head. So we cannot continue living the lives of slave or slavery in our own land. People came just thousands of kilometers away. Britain came and joined us, the unjoinable, together. Collected the people that has nothing, no business of being together. Say you are Nigerians. Oh yeah, I'm buying, form a structure, and we continue dying in the hands of those people, being massacred. And if we rise up, they say no, it's crime. Dear friends, we have to continue doing what we are doing. We shouldn't relent our effort. What we are doing is fighting for our survival, fighting for our life. Therefore, we will never stop. Thank you for listening. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu. From here, it is simply good evening.
Sample.